Okay, we should be live. Hello? Can anyone hear me? Okay. Apparently last time we encountered a cat. What? Did we encounter a cat? I'm gonna go right here.
I don't remember, but you're not screen sharing.
Oh, my apologies. There we go.
There we go.
We can all see?
Yep, I can see it. Don't know about Tyler.
Look at that water effect. Oh boy.
Yeah.
That water effect, y'all. So we encountered a cat. The cat's name is Berthiel?
Baruthiel.
Berthiel. Or at least that's what his collar says. It's an odd name to give a cat, in my opinion. But it speaks grace, much like the ones that it carries. Much like the one that carries it. It shows in the way that he swishes his tail and his eyes follow my hand's every movement. I'm not sure what he finds fascinating about me, to be honest. I wasn't the very picture of grace when he found me, after all. I think we, had grocery store items with us.
Yeah.
It was a bad idea, carrying 2 heavy bags of newly bought art materials and groceries without help or a sure ride home. I'm glad you cleaned that kitchen, Tyler.
Yeah, that's a good present.
In hindsight, perhaps I shouldn't have bought all these at the same time. I didn't even make it past the park. And now, I'm suffering underneath the glaring afternoon sun, hunched up on a park bench and drenched in sweat in the company of a cat curiously watching my every movement. I hope it stays where it is. It's just a black cat, but back home they're considered ill omens.
Don't look at me like that. I can act graceful as well if I want to.
Oh, we got 5 people. Hello! Not that I acted graceful in my life, of course. Growing up with a rowdy younger brothers and sisters does that. Or maybe it's the opposite. Mom used to call me a little troublemaker before. Well, graceful or not, there's no use moping. A short breather and then I'm off home. Besides, it isn't like the company is bad, even if it's a cat, as long as it doesn't bite or cross my path.
Where's your owner, anyway?
He has one, doesn't he? An owner? That's what the collar's for, isn't it? A bandage is wrapped on one of its paws, though. I wonder what happened to it. Did he run away?
Well, if you don't have one, I won't be able to take you in. My apartment doesn't allow pets. I tried to bring one home before, a cat. Not black, of course. And Rebecca threw a fit before the landlady could.
Take a small packet of sweets from one of the bags beside me and pop it open. As I'm about to put it in my mouth, he meows. My hand stops.
Do you want one?
He hasn't meowed again, as I'm expecting him to, but I take his unblinking gaze as a yes. I shift the piece to my palm and hold it out to him wearily. He sniffs it at once, twice, before. Oh, that sounds familiar. There is no collar seen on this cat. Anyway, like a good, properly trained pet, Beruthiel responds as soon as he's called. Recognition comes as soon as my head snaps to the direction of his voice. Miss McCarthy! Hard to miss with her eye.
I'm sorry. Did my cat hurt you? Miss Santos, was it? I'm surprised to see you here.
Nice to meet you again, Miss McCullough.
Were you harmed in any way? I'm sorry. Beruthiel's not exactly fond of other people. Even run away from the veterinarian right now.
Oh no, he was just sniffing my hand earlier.
My Beruthiel's a she.
She, all this time I thought, the pause in the conversation that can be called one is uncomfortable. We're merely 2 people working different jobs for the same client. Frankly, meeting like this doesn't happen a lot, And if it does, a simple nodding of the heads is enough. Talk about her cat, talk about her job. I think the talk about her job is what increases her,
Yeah, I would go ahead and
affection.
just select that.
Yeah.
I'm just curious about your work.
She likes us.
What about it?
This is the garden expression at the mention of work, but I pushed through with my question.
I just want to know how it is to work on a house like the Ermengarde mansion. Is it hard?
I guess she wasn't expecting a question like that. If her eyebrows shot up, tells me something.
Because of its age? I wouldn't say it is. It is a challenge, considering the factors me and my team have to sort out. But it's a good project. A breath of fresh air from what I usually work on. And I have a good team. Those original fittings, though. It might be old, but the architecture is magnificent. I'm sure you've seen the stained glass windows in the foyer. Oh, I can already think of so many things I could do with it. But of course, my team will have to double check for necessary repairs here and there. That's probably for the best. It's easy to break some key elements with a rush restoration job, and who knows what other hidden issues there might be underneath. People can be so careless. I'm sorry, I spoke too much.
No, it's okay. You seem to really love what you're doing.
It's not really like that. I'm just lucky to have found work in an interesting field. Anyway, Bruthiel's due for her visit to the vet. Nice talking to you, Miss Santos. I wish you luck with what you're planning to work on. It seems like a big project, too.
She gestures with her head towards the bags, the ones filled with stuff I recently bought from the art store.
It's a project for a friend, actually.
All the same. Good luck.
I'm not sure as she leaves, though she stops shortly before the threshold, separating the park and the street. She faces me again, looking as if she has forgotten something to say.
By the way, about the Ermengarde mansion. With my clients, it's the rights, I mean. I hope you don't mind me asking, but has the deal been finalized?
There's still a few papers they need, but the house is more or less theirs now.
Ah, thank you. That's all I needed to know.
Wait, about the mansion.
The letter, the same one they saw. Whoever she is, she's asking for a help. Someone. I want to tell Miss McCulloch that the urban legends aren't just legends anymore. They're real. She's not going to believe
Don't
me.
mind me. I need to go too. Have a good day, Miss McCullough.
I wonder if she's seen her. I hastened to pick the bags I've left on the bench and ran as far as my legs can take me. In that moment, what I'm carrying in my hands weighs far lighter than the overwhelming guilt trying to consume me. Home. I want to go home. Anywhere where I won't be reminded of that house. Of her. Of my own cowardice. The food tastes less appetizing tonight. A pity. One would think that someone who had been on a continuous binge of instant noodles would find a home-cooked meal enjoyable. But it isn't. Hunger isn't what's gnawing at me tonight. Neither are my sore muscles. The TV runs loudly in the background, but what it says barely registers in my brain. It's hard when the things you're trying to forget keep returning to you in the forefront of your mind. It distracts you, eats at you, devours you. And I wish this would stop. I wish I wasn't the only one who picked it up. Or the one to pick it up. I wish it was someone
In
else.
other local news, a woman was found dead in her home yesterday evening. Luxbourne police officials are currently investigating the crime scene, but has classified the case as homicide.
Huh?
The victim, identified as Rose Pamela Cooper, 33 years old, working as a real estate agent.
Rose. Rose?
Discovered lying in a pool of blood in her two-bedroom flat with the words "Help me" repeatedly written on the walls.
Another victim by the Anselm Butcher. No. No! This isn't what I want. This isn't supposed to happen. None of this is supposed to happen. No one's supposed to die. Those are just stories, right? Legends. That's what everyone has kept telling me, so why? And I immediately, I rush to my study table and search for my phone. My hand, cold from dread, clings tightly to it as soon as it touches its edges. A piece of folded paper, the letter, lying unassumingly beside it, slips to the floor when I pick up the device. But I pay it no mind. There are more important things. Right now, I come back to Rose being killed. I need to call her. I need to call her. I was just with her not too long ago, and she was okay. No. This isn't Rose, I'm sure of it. I just talked to her, and a sob escapes me, and hot tears begin to blur my vision. One after the other, they trickle down, weighted by the very same guilt I refuse to admit I've been carrying from the start. The same one I've been hiding from. The same one that has put the people I care about in danger. My hands shake as I navigate to Rose's number on my contacts list. She'll answer, right? That's what she always does. She'll pick it up, tell me to turn down the waterworks, call me a wuss afterwards.
She'll answer. Please answer, Rose.
Again and again I dial. Whispering. Praying. Pleading.
Come on, Rose. Don't do this to me. Please pick up.
Hey, come back to Rose being killed.
I know you're there,
yeah.
Rose. You're not dead. Please tell me you're not.
This adds to the series of deaths and disappearances that has plagued Luxbourne in the recent years. The authorities are currently looking at a possible link with the notorious Anselm Butcher case.
The TV runs loudly in the background. A deafening static sounds from my phone's speakers. But in my ears, I can only hear the screams, her pleas, her whispers. We are not safe. A buzzing sensation jolts me awake. My body still wants to sleep, to forget what I heard, what I last saw that night. But it's there, nudging, prodding at me. Slowly I become aware of how awkward my position is and the aches that accompany sleeping in a curled up position the night before. If I even slept at all. The memories are impossible to forget that now that Rose is gone. They say it's easier when you say it out loud. Instead, the words weigh heavier on me each time. She's gone. Gone because of me. Gone because of the one letter I was too curious to look at. I should have been more careful. I should have kept my mouth shut. I should have destroyed it before anyone else had gotten involved. I should have. Notification light on my laptop blinks incessantly, mockingly. When I look at it, as if it's calling me back to a sense of normalcy. I check it nevertheless out of habit more than anything. Okay, in the light of recent news and events, there will be an all-staff emergency meeting from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Attendance is a must. Company changes, new hierarchy, and policies will all be discussed during the meeting. Everyone is expected to bring a copy of their own attendance logs and sales reports in the last 6 months to be submitted to your respective managers for review. We are expecting everyone's cooperation. Thank you. Joan Alice Schultz, BRC HR Manager. If this was one of those typical days, I'd happily comply and get myself to our office, but today my limbs just feel heavy. On one hand, going will keep me busy, take my mind elsewhere. On the other, the place itself is a stark reminder of what my fears have cost me. I should just... What should we do?
I'm actually curious what happens if we, or my day was good, Tyler.
Yeah, my day was good as well. I slept longer than what I wanted, but I guess that's what my body needed.
Yeah.
Alright.
I want to see what happens if you stay in the room.
Yeah. Hold on, I need to send a text to my mother. Kitchen clean. Cats fed. There we go. Alright. Last time we did go to work. Though we could stay at home and, like, send, like, because I feel like, we just learned that our closest friend one of our closest friends has died. So.
Yeah.
We can stay. Let's see what happens if we do stay at home. My hand automatically proves to press the delete the button. What's the use? I won't be able to work anyway. Not with this weighing on me. I did save beforehand, right? Yeah, I did. Not with these voices calling for me. Over and over and over. Fall back down to my bed and discard the phone on the nest of pillows beside me. TV's still running, I noticed vaguely. Having been left open the night before, though I have no desire nor interest in it now. Rose is dead, it's all my fault. Shoving a pillow over my head, I make attempt to sleep again. Anything, just so I won't feel this heavy feeling in my chest. You know what? I'm scared because we didn't go to work.
Yeah.
And we're now in a place where we're alone faster.
Oh, hey, Becca.
A cheerful voice with a tinge of hesitance greets me when I answer the phone
Hey
call.
there. How are you feeling?
Good morning, Becca.
I just want to check on you. I heard the news. How are you doing?
It's as if her question has opened a dam of emotions I've been keeping
Becca.
within.
Rose. Rose, she...
Shh. It's okay. I know. I'm sorry. I know how much she means to you.
No, you don't understand. This is what I've been telling you guys.
What you've been telling... All right. Tell you what. Why don't we eat dinner together today? I heard the diner near your office is serving your favorite today. My treat?
Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah. Go ahead and make another save here.
Gonna do that one.
Yeah.
Let's meet up with her.
Yeah.
I feel like we can get closer.
Yeah.
Our story updated. I could look at the tree, but I'm gonna wait till we finish chapter 1, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna talk to her. It's not too late. She may listen to a reasonable explanation.
Okay. I'll meet you after school. So long as you don't make me pay, okay? I've already treated you to free food the other day.
You know I'm not like that. If there's anyone who should be complaining here, it's me.
But promise me you'll stay safe, all right?
What's gotten into you? I don't think that's necessary, considering I'll be at school the whole day.
Just say I will. God, Becca.
I'll wait for you here, understood? Don't be late. I can only stay until...
Promise me. If something bad happens, you'll run and...
The Luxbon Police Department continues its search for the following reported missing people.
I let the phone away from my ears and turned the attention to the news. Never mind that, but Becca's still on the line. These faces. Hold on a second. Missing?
Becca,
Aren't they?
I'll call you back. There's something I have to look up.
Wait, Isabella, what are you...
Frantic, I press the end call and open my laptop. The loud tapping of my fingers against the keys fills the room for the rest of the day as I look through everything. The background of the place, its history from the current owners, and the list of employees hired under BRC. And I'm right. Of course I am. BRC may have a lot of staff. They may have a lot of agents hired, but I remember those names anywhere. After all, they're part of the crew who worked with us in preparing the mansion for the open house. Still, I gotta check. One by one, call after call, I go through each person missing on the list. This isn't anything illegal, right? I'm just so concerned for a fellow coworker. I'm afraid. The night has fallen by the time I've gone through the whole thing. They're gone. They're really gone. No one knows where, but they're gone. Then the letters. No, they can't be. I hope it's not what
But
I'm
Rose
thinking.
is...
Something snaps into place in the fraction of a moment. These people
I need to tell
Rose.
someone.
Oh god, I don't want to click more.
Yeah, go ahead and make a save.
They need to know. Ash, Zach, Becca. That's right. We agreed to meet. She needs to know. Of course. Of course. The letter, my phone, the papers, anything will be useful. I grab all of them and make a run to the nearest bus stop. I'm already late. Becca must be really annoyed with me. But maybe if I use the subway, I can get to her before her patience snaps. As I run, I bring up my phone. Her number's already being dialed. Each ring's in sync with the quick tapping of my foot against the pavement. The sound taking away the edge from the agonizing wait. She's not answering. Ha!
This is a good idea.
Why? Why? No! No!
Ominous music.
Ominous. I turned the nearest shortcut. Yeah, you go play some Smash, Tyler. While I am with this in fear. I turn to the nearest shortcut I know. A small street Becca has warned me never to take before. No lights. No other pedestrians passing at this time of the night. It's dangerous, but right now I have to. If I want to fix this, I have to get to her. Reaching the crosswalk at the end of a short avenue is a relief. A little more and I'll be at the station once I get to the other side of the street. My finger flies over the keypad again in an attempt to call her. 5 seconds to the side change. Please answer. 4 seconds. And Becca's still not picking up. 3. I redial her number for a third time. 2. Please, please, I beg of you. 1. My feet are already moving. And finally it connects. The word grinds to a halt. The world. And when I look up, no! She's there. Why? With the same misshapen face, tattered clothes, an unusual and unsightly gait.
At least you're not in a closed room this time.
Her voice reaches out to me again, calling like every other time. Whispering, whispering, and whispering. Drowning my ear with endless pleas and cries. Gripping me with words I couldn't even begin to understand. There are shadows pulling at the edges of my vision. And the terror her presence brings wounds itself tighter. Wounds. Wounds. Wounds
Yeah,
itself
wounds.
tighter on my legs this time. Pinning me to the ground. Damn it. You got the... Instead of the flight response, you got the freeze response.
Yeah.
No! Enough! How can I possibly help you? I couldn't even help myself. Or the people I dragged into this!
Don't smile at me! Dang it! Lady, please! Right then and there, I understand the cutting anger in her eyes and the depth of the circumstances we found ourselves in. There is no escape. This is the last thing I see before my phone slips from my fingers and... Please don't. What?
Oh, shit.
What? Did I just get run over?
Oh. Oh, that's not pleasant.
Oh!
Oh.
I wanted her to... What the fuck?
Well then.
What is this, baby?
Taking a minute. Taking a minute.
Okay.
Never mind about Smash.
Oh, wow. And I would have done something there. What the heck was down here? Okay.
Oh, right. Both of those routes are if you go with Ash or if you go with,
Yeah, yeah, or if you decline the offer altogether.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, what's this down here? Jeez. This is very intricate. Oh, God. I got ending number 3.
So there are 3 endings for, Isabel. Isabella.
And this is why you never stay home from work. Okay. Now I'm guessing the other one is if we decline the offer.
Yeah,
die in our
declined.
apartment.
Rebecca. You know, I'm very curious what happens if we decline Rebecca's offer.
Oh, okay. We want to see that. Okay.
Yeah.
Will I live in the other one?
And I don't know if we end up living through the first one we did, where we went to work. Because we never really saw any, oh, she's dead scene like we did with her getting fucking hit with the car.
Alright, no.
Wrong, yeah. That
Right
one.
here. Okay, let's see if we decline.
No, I'm not at the office. Ugh, never mind. We're not safe. Not anywhere.
What are you talking about? And don't shout. I was just inviting you to help take your mind off things.
The letter.
This again? Ghosts aren't real, Isabella. They're just stories made up to scare children.
How about you explain the dead Rose then, with the blood on the walls?
Help me,
You're
help me,
always
help.
saying that, but look what happened to Rose. I know what I saw.
The police says it's a homicide case.
Didn't you see what's in her room? That's not something another human being would do. Come on, Rebecca. You have to believe me this time.
Isabella, I know you're in shock, but you have to wait for the authorities' findings. You can't just make assumptions based on some stupid letter you picked up somewhere.
You're still not going to believe me. Even if someone else already died, no?
You know that's not what I'm trying to get at.
What if Zach comes next? Or Ashton? Or you? Did you see what she did to Rose? We're all completely powerless against her, and you still won't listen!
Isabella, enough already. Where are you anyway? At home? Of course you're at home. I'm coming over.
Forget it. The same. They're all the same no matter how much you warn them. Let the phone slide out of my grip and turn my attention to the news. Never mind that. Becca's still on the line. She's never going to listen anyway. They never will. I'm all alone in this. At the end of the day, no matter how gloomy the headlines are,
The
it's still
Luxbourne
better...
Police Department continues its search for the following reported
Right,
missing
this
people.
part.
Hold on a second. Missing. Aren't they? Still, I've got to check. Frantic, I open my laptop. I am searching information. Yeah. And I'm right. Of course I am. BRC may have a lot. Okay, this is all the same.
Yeah.
No, that can't be.
But
I hope
Rose
that's not
is-
what I'm thinking. Why?
I'm pretty sure it's Rebecca, darling. I'm pretty sure.
No! 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 No!
Well, actually, I don't know. It doesn't look like fucked up and stuff. I feel like it's Rebecca, but I could be wrong. Ghost, that scream.
He's so creepy. Look at her eyes. I couldn't help but laugh. When Becca said she's gonna do something, I'm sure you could be sure she'll do it.
You didn't have to come over, you know. You have classes tomorrow, don't you? And I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean to yell. I just didn't want what happened to Rose to happen to you, Zach and Ashton. I wouldn't forgive myself. I think I figured out something too. Listen, Rebecca, sorry. I need to answer that. I've skipped work today. Rose is gone and my boss is probably beyond furious. No doubt that's him calling.
I just finished the YouTube video and I hear that scream.
She doesn't budge. Is she still angry? The phone's still ringing in the background.
Rebecca? What's gotten into you?
Oh no! Why? No! See, no. What?
Oh! We've unlocked a memory fragment!
Huh? What? Who? The fuck? Okay, that looked like a servant.
Yeah.
Oh.
Interesting. Holy fuck. Yeah, holy fuck is right, Tyler. Oh.
What do I do? Do we just die no matter what?
Well, I don't know about the first one, because again, she like... I don't know, God. I don't even Let's go ahead and play through the first one again, just to see, you know?
Okay.
So we gotta go back to, like, whether or not we go to...
Here's something that has to be established. So, let's go here. Here's something that I would love to show, Ghost, but maybe he should be nicely surprised.
What just happened? He said.
Okay. So what happens if if we all go and stay home?
Yeah.
So we just found out that Rose died, Ghost.
Yeah.
And that's us, like...
Oh, the car running over scene? Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah, you saw that?
And then, we stayed home refusing Rebecca's offer, and then she came to our home and killed us there. So now we're gonna see if she actually, like, dies at work? The car running over scene is probably the most morbid one, though. Like, holy shit.
Okay, yeah, although my whole body feels like lead and my lips are sore, I push my... drop the letter. Screw you! This too I'll deal with.
Oh, that's what happened. I had been reading a guide to see if Ashton and Isabella was possible, and it had mentioned not to stay home.
Somehow I'll find a way to make things right. Yeah, well, how about this? When you see it in game, because this is all being recorded at the same time, when you see it in game, yeah, I think somehow I'll find to make things right. I have to, before it takes more people from me, even if I must do it on my own. Papers rustling, telephones ringing, feet shuffling. Overall, today looks like a typical working day at the Briar Realty Corporation, except it isn't. They are as thick with tension and unspoken questions. No doubt everyone present has already heard about Rose.
Here, I'll be right back. You go ahead and continue.
Don't leave me!
we already know what happens in this one, so we're fine.
Okay.
I'll be quick. I promise.
Right.
Be right back.
Okay. If this last night's report, they likely see it in the morning news in the papers or various news sites. Everywhere we know is wrong. In fact, everyone's giving me a wide berth, so the mere mention of Rose would only be enough to trigger something in me. It's appreciated, but not only serves to create a bigger hole in the place Rose is left. After lunch, my boss calls for a meeting. I don't have to look up from my work to know what this is about. He's in a strange, pensive mood today, probably out of respect for a dead colleague. Oddly, I'd appreciate it more if he shouted at me today. Anything is better.
I'm sure you've all heard of what happened to Miss Cooper. She was a valued member of our team, and she will be missed.
I'm glad that I find games that end up interesting you, Tyler.
There's no date for a funeral, yet. But those who wish to attend, kindly speak with your respective supervisors. By the way, has anyone heard about our still AWOL staff? None? HR, you know what to do. Santos, a word? In my office?
At the end of it, I've been given the entirety of Rose's workload, including finalizing the rights papers, and I've been promised an ample compensation for my efforts. I think he's expecting me to be happy about it. Instead, I immerse myself in my work. I have to, anyway, if I want to forget.
Okay, I'm back.
Good. Time flies when you do, and by the time I give notice, it's already late. Everyone's already gone, leaving me in the company of a radio and a member of our janitorial staff. I don't even know his name. Rose likely does. She remembers people like that.
The Luxbourne Police Department continues its search for the following reported missing people.
Radio blares one name after another. Hold on a second. Missing, aren't they? Still, I have to check. Frantic, I turn to my desktop. A lot tapping of my fingers against the keys fills the office for the better part of my shift as I look through everything. The background about the place, its history of the current owners, the list of employees under BRC. And I'm right. Of course I am. BRC may have a lot of staff, but I know those names anywhere, girl! There we go. After all, also part of the crew who worked with us at preparing the mansion. And the letters? No, that can't be. I hope it's not what I'm thinking.
Rose is...
Something snaps into place in a fraction of a moment. These people. Rose, the letter.
I need to... No. If it's like this, they still won't believe me. I have to make sure of it first.
Evidence doesn't lie. That's what Ash often says, right? If I have proof, then maybe. I don't want to get my hopes up. Maybe there's still a way I could save them. The letter, my phone, papers, anything will be useful. I grab all of them and stuff them in my bag. I can't stay here. There's something I need to do. There's something those people should... That noise cuts sharply in the room, stopping my hand short of cramming a pen into my bag.
Hello? Anyone there?
Someone must have left their printer on, open again. I may be in a hurry, but if I don't turn it off, another person is certainly going to have a fit tomorrow over wasted company resources. Most of the time, it's Rose who does the nagging, but the clicking of my pen in the hand is a welcome distraction as I search for said object. Each stride of my feet takes also echoes throughout the empty workspace.
Man, you don't like this one bit.
I've lost the sight of the janitor moments ago, and me being the only one left, the tapping of my feet against the wooden floor is something I soon learned to appreciate. Hey! It doesn't take me long to find it. By the time I turn it off, 5 pages already strewn about on the floor, the paper tray also having been left ajar. Sighing, I pick it up to put it someplace proper, but the page that greets me makes my blood run cold. Well, shit. You used up red ink. Do you realize how important that is?
Yeah.
The sheets crinkle under my tense grip. All I can hear is my breathing as it wraps through my gritted teeth. Before I can gather myself, take the first steps out of here, total darkness suddenly envelops me. Shit! As if hearing every horrid thought running inside my head right this time, something snaps. A soft creaking, riding through the thin veil of stiffness that has descended into the room. Marianne, is that you? Do you want a lozenge?
Oh god.
Every muscle, every bone in my body goes rigid at the sound. That's familiar. It's very familiar now. Yet my own tradeous curiosity still presses me to take a careful peek over the cubicle's wall. I would have just hidden underneath the desk at this point. It's her. Standing there in the only exit of the office, albeit facing away from me. She's turning around. She doesn't even need to turn around for me to know it's the same misshapen face, tattered clothes, and unsightly gait. It's the same person in the attic. I take a step back, the pen I'm holding slips from my hand, and... Ah! Their entire returns. Ah, shit! It's this! The scream almost escapes my mouth, and I duck underneath the table as quickly as I freaking can. My heart is pounding against my chest. I can hear bone-chilling sounds of her walk, and the weird clicking that follows her, and the telltale squish of something wet as she walks towards me. Nearer and nearer, the sounds are slowly getting louder and louder. The only thing keeping the whimper from escaping me is my hand as it covers my mouth. Someone please save me. Anyone! I close my eyes. Muttering, I continue to shoot prayers, all while attempting to study my own breathing. Please, please, don't let her near me. Shit! No! Shit!
Our Father,
Don't do this to me!
hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
I'm not saying. No. 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 What? Ah! Shit. Shit. I'm getting too nervous.
Our Father, who art in heaven.
Shush! Stop it. Shit! Oh! This microphone needs to get out of the way. There we go.
You did it!
These sounds. Minutes stretch out before me agonizingly. Is she gone? Slowly open my eyes to take a peek. Ah! Don't dare move or make a noise. In the face of such terror, I can only beg, let out silent pleas to whoever is out there. Please, please, don't let her notice. I want to live.
And then those are the 3 endings for her.
Yeah.
Now we play as Hannah.
Hannah Wright Nee Evans. Birthday April 30th, Taurus, 31 years old. Height 5'7". She a tall lady. Occupation heiress and former finance manager. Nationality British and her religion is Anglican. Education Masters in Business Administration, major in accounting. Likes, I don't know what that word is. Dogs, fashion, parties and dancing, the beach, children, iconic women, charity, and math.
She doesn't have any dislikes.
Huh.
Oh, that must not be listed.
Yeah. Oh, their 7-year marriage is strained, you guys.
She might be looking for a homewrecker. Anyone want her?
Anyone? Well. Alright. They hang on my every word and follow my every move. All of it would have been stifling had I not grown up used to such stairs. I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
Most are respectful, some are hostile, if we were honest. And few are downright inappropriate. After all, I am.
Hannah Wright!
Exactly. There's a moment of agitation as a familiar but less than welcome face approaches me with a suggestive smirk on his face. Of course, I have to keep a benevolent smile and greet him as I greet any good friend. After all, this man can turn heads, being famous in his own right.
Officer Lee! What a pleasant surprise. I didn't think you'd have the time to attend tonight's party.
He is more Luke's friend than mine, really. I am quite sure I only invited his wife. Much like I am only friends with the Chief Inspector because of Luke, Luke is only friends with Rochelle because of me. Unlike how I treated Lee, however, Luke never hid his animosity for the Lee matriarch. It was an odd sort of friendship where we would have awkward double dates. I don't even recall his first name. Started with an N. I think I might be wrong. Aside from the Chief Inspector of Luxembourg Police, his wife Rochelle Lee Vance owns a General Electronics company, fridges and freezers mostly.
Oh, I always have time for my favourite socialite couple. Might I say, you look positively ravishing tonight. I see the husband isn't with ya.
The way he eyes me up is enough to make my skin crawl. I just wish Luke was here to fend off more of the unseemly of our peers. You know the ones. Men who are just a bit too friendly, staring too long at my assets, and getting close just because my husband is not here. And to think they have the gall to do this at my own party. In my own house, if I might add. But like any high society woman worth her salt, I know how to handle it with grace and dignity.
I suppose you are looking pleasant as well. Luke's busy with work, unfortunately. Michelle isn't here.
A shame. I do hope he isn't causing you much trouble. That husband of yours can be a bit daft sometimes, acting like he's still some young bachelor. The wife sends her regards and her apologies, but something came up with a doctor and she needed to attend to it. You know her, being pregnant and all.
We make small talk. Rather, I'm forced to do so, as he would not leave my side after finding his place there. Much to my chagrin, I've been extricated from the few who flock in hopes of flattering, for I can tolerate them far better than Lee. He's nice enough. He's a nice enough person. I adore his wife, who's obviously the brains behind the two. But there is something unsettling about him. I do not trust him as much as I want to. He regaled to me his tales of the Luxembourg Police Department, a different affair of the usual gossip I am privy to, and though I loathe to admit, is interesting nonetheless. I expect the topic of business to die down quickly, which would be understandable enough due to the confidential nature of his work. But, oh boy, was I wrong.
So, wearing civvies, I steal and drive off with one of the police mobiles, right? In the mirror, I see the new tent chasing on foot and screaming about theft. The look on his face was priceless when I parked in the garage.
Oh my. You made him chase you all the way home for a prank. What did Rochelle have to say about that?
Back, my mom brought me Mexican food and left again.
At least she brought you Mexican food. That's pretty great.
At least she brought you Mexican food. It's gonna make the chili come out faster when you're scared.
Oh god, yeah.
Good old lubrication. Rochelle has a strange love and hate affair with Lee. He is a married man who did not grow up past his early 20s, judging by the way he acts. Surprisingly enough, they've been married for a good 20 years, huh? A lifetime, if you compare it to my marriage of 7 years with Luke. I, on the other hand, well, Luke is no Lee. I should be happy about that, I suppose. Although my darling did have his moments.
The wife pulled my ear and gave me a good talking to, though. Besides, we live in a flat a block away, so it wasn't much of a grand chase.
Weren't you living in a house near the countryside?
Moved for work, you know. Or you probably don't.
No, I don't. But a flat in downtown? I suppose if that's what you like.
Oh, it's horrid. Hate that tiny place, no matter how convenient it can be for work. 55 square yards are not enough when you need to get away from the wife. I wouldn't mind a place away from the city. Even started looking at the ads. I spied an interesting lot, actually. Heard it was finally put up for sale. Or that something mansion, you know the one with all the ghost stories.
You mean the mansion I just bought?
Oh god. Basically.
Yeah.
I know what he's talking about, and there really are few urban legends around here. It's...
The Ermagood mansion?
That's the one. Worthy of a king it is. I'd buy it myself, but Rochelle would only gripe if I brought it up to her. Not to mention all the expenses a place like that will be a real fixer-upper. You also have to find someone willing to work there with how superstitious people can be.
If it becomes a problem, just hire someone to do an exorcism.
Actually, I do know of someone who could be up to the task. You remember the Ludgates party at their Christchurch summer residence?
Of course. It was an excellent soiree. Everything was so classy, too. Such good taste.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy having normal
until they hired
conversation
out
that
this
made peace
interior
by a
designer
fucking
and they
ghost
turned
lady.
it into a bloody
But that's
palace.
incredibly jarring.
She worked
Yeah.
for the Exeters for their apartments in
Especially from
Soho
the other
too,
two
and they
endings.
recommended her when we were looking up pieces
Yeah.
for our beach house in Porto Colom. I think I have a business card right No, must have left it in my other jacket. Anyway, she's called, what's her name? McCullough, Marianne, I believe, yes. But
Oh,
truly, if
this is
anyone
before
were
she
to get that
decided to buy the
place in
house.
McCullough, well,
Oh,
they'd be
really?
the envy and the talk of the town.
Yeah, it has to be, because we're just talking about McCullough right now.
Well, if you put it that way, I might just snatch it up for myself. This place was starting to feel a bit small lately anyway.
Sure, a 3-story penthouse might not be the fit definition of small for some people. Okay, maybe a lot of people. But it still isn't big enough to have a grand parties in. As it is, I only invited about 30 people to this one, and it already feels cramped in here. It certainly would be nice if I didn't have to ride an elevator up and down several floors before I can get anywhere as well. All Luke's words, not mine. Besides, I have been looking for a good anniversary gift. Luke might like this one. Where is he anyway? La, da, da, la. Luke is dressed to the nines as he usually is, and he looks ready for whatever the day will throw at him. I love singing. His butler and valet wait his side, just in case he isn't ready as he looks. Oh sure, that is normal. What is confusing me is the fact that he is on his way out of the penthouse, considering we won't have anywhere to go until much later.
Where are you going?
I am to attend the Triad Autumn Tasting. I do believe I informed you of this 2 weeks ago.
Yes. And might I remind you that I had stricken that off your schedule? Because 1, the doctor told you to stop consuming so much alcohol.
Oh, alcoholic.
And 2, I informed you a few days ago about the open house we are going to attend in its place. I've even found this marvelous interior designer, Mary Ann McCullough.
I'm glad that you like me singing.
It's a 3.5-hour drive to Cardiff. I don't have time for this. This is like that little party you threw all over again. You don't inform me of it, and you expect me to stay and be a gracious host when I have business elsewhere.
Wow. You really don't
I don't envy their marriage one bit.
You know how I operate, Hana. Unless this was penciled in, I am sticking to my schedule.
If I may intrude, the madam is correct. Your physician did insist you moderate your drinking, unless you wish to incur acute pancreatitis. And you did have this open house penciled in last Wednesday morning.
I don't know who this
I
German
don't remember
is,
doing so.
Well, you did. While very hungover, in fact.
Ah. He did. Moaned about me getting too loud, but gave in after some pushing. Perhaps that was a bit too cruel and manipulative of me, but...
Whose side are you on?
Come on, Luke. You promised we'd do whatever I want this weekend.
Gordon Bennett, fine.
Gordon
I am giving
Bennett?
this
Who the
house
heck
tour
is
of yours
Gordon
a chance.
Siri, who's Gordon Bennett?
Here's some information.
Oh! Oh, shoot. Okay. He's a general. Lieutenant General Henry Gordon Bennett was a senior Australian Army officer who served both in World War I and II. He became the youngest general in the Australian Army. Alright. He's best
I don't
remembered-
like Luke. It's okay, the feeling's mutual.
Yeah. Bennett is best remembered for his role in the Battle of Singapore. Okay. That's interesting.
But if it proves to be a waste of time, I am going to Cardiff, and you are going to take a cab home. Are we clear?
It's just a bit of a husband and wife tit-tat, isn't it? All couples have their arguments. Once the honeymoon phase is over, as they all seem to call it, reality sets in, and your partner might always see eye to eye. Perhaps it has been the years. 7 of them is nothing to scoff
I just
at.
cannot bloody believe I agreed to this. I was
You know
really
what? I've
looking
been dating
forward
my
to the
boyfriend
Triad
for 10
tasting.
and we make it just fine. You guys are just shitty.
Though sometimes I think it's a bit more than just simple disagreements. And I have to stop myself from wondering where we went wrong.
There's always the Triad Christmas tasting in Manchester next month, and that'll only be an hour-and-a-half drive.
Have I been neglectful? Have I offended? Have I acted shameful?
Yes, but Cardiff.
Certainly, any problem can be discussed, as long as he doesn't turn me away.
Well, there goes my good mood. Are you happy now, Hana?
Remain silent, defend myself.
I mean, there's a part of me that wonders if there's any worth trying to preserve the relationship with Luke, but...
Let's see.
Yes, I am very happy, Luke. Because for once in a very long time, we are doing what I
Wait,
want.
did that up his...
Yeah, it did.
Oh, so standing up for yourself upped it. Weird.
I'm ecstatic. Understood. And this would be perfect if you stop acting like a child who needs their nappy changed. We will be leaving after lunch for the Ermengarde mansion. You are going to park your rear in the car and keep mum. And you are going to behave during the tour.
Oh. Needless to say, Luke looks a bit shocked at my little outburst. He opened and closed his mouth a few times, struggling to reply before he crosses his arms and looked, well, like a moping child.
Any more rules for this little excursion of yours, Your Highness?
No wine.
No wine? Unacceptable! I am already not allowed to the tasting, and you would deprive me of that simple pleasure?
If I see you take one sip today, I will put the stocks under lock and key. Do you understand me?
Don't forget the bottles he keeps in his dresser.
Whose side are you on?
How many times in one day can you ask that?
As many times as
Oh yeah,
I
I'm gonna
need
get a
you,
sketchbook
traitor.
for my drawing skills.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
cool, Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler, cool. The ride to the mansion is quiet, and with Luke staring out the window the entire time, not paying attention to anything around him. Meanwhile, I'm conflicted. I don't know if I should apologize for changing his plans like that. But by the time we arrive at the mansion, I see his eyes light up in genuine interest, and apologizing is the last thing on my mind. The whole affair with the Ermengarde mansion is certainly an interesting experience. This place has been renovated and restored by the owners to what they claim to be acceptable standards. The mansion itself looks like something befitting a fairy tale or a period piece. It is tastefully decorated, and with a little bit of love and attention, I'm sure it can be a place Luke and I can call home. And the number of the other prospective buyers that have come from the powerful and wealthy of Luxembourg certainly do not disappoint, marking this estate as prime property. The Lees are amongst the groups who went with the Rose women, and I saw a few other notable faces, though I did not really feel like mingling. Unfortunately for every one of them, the Wrights are interested in buying. What's been bugging my mind, however, is that Isabel. It's Isabella. Oh, wow. She looks sick.
Yeah.
What is her problem? I still don't quite understand what is happening. One moment she's scrambling to give us the paperwork to finalize the sale, then she's panicking over some sort of prank letter or
Dear
another.
me. Is Isabel all right?
It is apparent with the way she shakes and by the pallor of her skin, something has really shaken her
Isabella,
up.
do you need me to call that ambulance?
I am worried, but it will still be best if she is attended to by someone more familiar to her, like her partner. But even then, the girl refuses Rose's offers drink and looks just about ready to make a run
No.
for it.
I'm just feeling a bit out of it. Excuse me. I'll be back. I just need to catch my breath.
And she does so, just as I predicted, and her partner follows like a concerned mother. There is an awkward air among us as we are left in the wake of whatever that was. The others murmur and gossip with each other, speaking of the poor daft girl and telling the tale of to whoever was not audience in the act in the first place. It doesn't take too long for the woman, Rose, to return and pull us aside to the study for what I rightly assume is damage control. Rose invites Marianne in too, hoping to apologize to her as well. But the woman refuses, saying she is not one of her clients anyway. That leaves myself, Rose, and Luke, and the last, all too eager to make himself comfortable in the study. He has no doubt already claimed his
I can't
throne.
apologize enough about what just happened. Please forgive Isabella. She's been under a lot of pressure lately. She's young, and all those rumors about this being haunted just got to her head. And it must be this terrible heat, too. Not a drop of rain for days now.
Are you sure it is wise to just let her go like that? Where is the poor dear? She might get hurt.
She's more likely to hurt somebody else, given what just happened.
I told her to sit down and take a break. Already rang someone to pick her up, too.
That might be for the best, dear. But please, we're here to talk about the mansion, yes? Why, I absolutely adore it. Don't you, Luke? Some of the rooms will certainly have to be repurposed. We want to change the appliances and have Marianne lead on the decor, but the whole thing is just lovely.
Glad you think that.
I guess. It's certainly a lot roomier than our penthouse.
Exactly. Lots of space for guests, parties, a lot of room for little ones to run around too.
Yeah, because it did say that she liked children and she may be trying to have a child.
Let's not discuss that right now, Buttercup. Anyway, I do think it
he
would be a
seems
shame
kind of
to let
adverse
this
to the
mansion
idea.
slip past us.
But you haven't even finished touring the house.
Well, we like what we've seen.
I am making her job easier for her, am I not? No need for loans or long price negotiations. We could just sign a contract and close the deal. Really, you think the woman will be more happy about an easy sale? I know these estate agents worked. How long they had to wait and how much they had to spend even for a single sale. Why, she should be jumping for joy by now. I'm sure the commission on this mansion is nothing to sneeze at. Even if she has to split it with that Isabel girl. I think she really is just, like, not caring enough to know the name.
Huh, do you think we could have horses here?
That, or she thinks Isabel and Isabella are basically the same thing.
That could be it, too.
Because, I remember for the longest time, I thought Alice was just a shortened version of Allison.
Yeah.
And spelled the exact same way, too. Someone had to break it down for me and go, no, they're two different things. Oh.
Yes, those do sound nice, love. Anyway, if anyone else is
I mean,
interested
horses
in
is
buying
better
this
than
property,
wine, lady. Come
I
on.
assure you that I'm able and willing to give a better offer.
A vineyard would be nice. Or maybe
And we do reward our people quite generously, Rose. So if I were you, I would start on that paperwork.
helicopter pad.
I pause. There's a small moment of complete silence where Rose and I just stare incredulously at Luke. There's an unspoken understanding, a rule between the two of us that we have to put on an act. With our social standing, where image matters, it is also important to avoid making enemies. And to follow this rule is an easy feat for me. From youth, I've been a well-trained social butterfly, gracious and graceful. Luke, on the other hand...
What, Luke? No. What? Whatever would we need a helipad for?
Fun fact. Taylor Swift's middle name is Allison. The helicopter pad. That was funny.
It's just a boy with wanting his toy.
Yeah. Well, he likes to play the fool sometimes, even if he's anything but. As he throws me a wire smile, I shake my head and beckon Rose closer. This is to be our home, and there's nothing she or anyone else can do to change my mind. We need a helipad, says Ghost. This is the place that speaks of power and importance, and at the same time, of safety and comfort. Perhaps we can even have our family here. There is definitely no better gift than this for our special date. Why, everything here is absolutely wonderful. Ah!
Oh.
Well, except for this ugly painting in the study. It looks like a bad fake of an Edvard Munch painting.
Here's the deal. I'm willing to pay 10% higher than your listing price.
How are you now?
Oh. Even despite looking at that fucking painting? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Excuse me.
If anyone tries to outbid us, just add another 5%. I doubt anyone can,
That's
of course.
low.
Or, you know what?
Don't tell me
Just
you didn't
add
jump to
15%
looking
to
at
the
it.
listing price, and we can sign all the paperwork now.
I guess, if that's what you want. That won't be any trouble. I don't have all the papers now. Didn't think this would be a quick sell. I'll have copies sent to you so you can look over them. And if you'd still like to finish the rest of the tour with Isabella's group, you're more than welcome to.
No, I think we're good here. We'd appreciate a private tour of the place a lot more, I think.
All right. Should I let Marianne in, then?
Marianne? Oh, right, she's been waiting outside this whole time, hasn't she? We need to have a little chat with her. Mariana. Was it Marianne or Mariana?
Marianne.
Marianne. Not Marianne. Marianne. I'll need to have a little chat with her to move this little mansion project
Please
forward.
do.
Her first name isn't said very often. There's a look of apprehension when the other woman enters the study. Yet like a professional, I see the moment where she steels herself and masks her worry.
We have this project then?
Of course. Will you be needing anything from us?
You know what I think is interesting? Every time we play a different character, it's a different name of how they recognize them.
Yeah.
Having the floor plans would be a great start, just so that I can look at them beforehand.
Spell her name, but because this is Hannah, or Hana, this is how we see it. And in Isabella, her, instead of it just being Hana, was just Miss Hana. And then for this lady right here, it was just Miss McCullough.
Yeah.
And if you could tell me when you're available for a meeting so that I can include it in my calendar?
Oh, is a meeting really all that necessary, Marianne? I guess we can send Johans to help you out. You two can start by getting rid of this ugly painting.
A hush falls at the room at my
What
request.
painting?
And lo and behold, the painting is gone. In its place, a mirror stands, which leads me to look at my own confused reflection.
Odd. Well, no matter. Back to the topic at hand. Marianne, dear, we are simply far too busy to meet
So wait,
up.
it was over here this whole time? Was it there the entire time? No, right? We would have seen it.
I'm sure you'll see it when you edit this.
Yeah.
By the way, I finished doing line art for Mary Marigold.
Yay!
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to see it. Alright, we have a question that needs to be answered. Free up my schedule. Question the need for a meeting.
Yeah, Tyler's like, I did jump a little. Only people that read the letter see it in the mirror.
I feel like it's different for everyone. Free up my schedule. Question the need for a meeting. What should we say?
I feel like freeing up the schedule would make her appreciate us more.
But I guess we can free up a day to meet with you.
Yeah.
I don't really need another Maudlin Monday reading about Maury anyway. The book club can function without me for one day. What time shall we be seeing each other? How does lunch sound?
Besides, my house has a higher priority over a book club. Why, we can hold the meeting in this place. Surely the beauty and grandeur of it all will inspire spirited and lovely debates about whether modern-day writers could match up to the classics. I might as well clear up the rest of my week to handle whatever affairs buying this mansion requires of me. Any social activity can be put off until the Immergard, or rather the Wrights Mansion's great debut. I'll have to fill my great parties. I'll have my fill of great parties and gatherings, especially when I organize them myself.
That sounds good. Although, with a project of this scope, we might need most of the day to tackle your concerns. A more thorough inspection of the place is also preferable.
Breakfast then. It's a date.
It's really not.
All right. Monday, 10 o'clock sharp. We'll see you then.
Actually, Marianne suggested that we meet at 9, but who is even awake at that unholy hour?
I'm awake by 7, bitch.
I'm also awake by like 6. So, but I guess if you don't work, what's the point?
True. Here, I'm screen sharing the art for you.
Okay. Excuse me. Alright, let me see here. Oh, look at them! They're beautiful. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome, and then we'll color them later.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
stop sharing screen.
Okay. I need to go
Back to
grab
the
a
game.
freaking Water bottle, hold on. My screens.
Yeah, go take care of yourself.
Yeah.
I'm up between 7 and 8:30. Oh yeah.
I was lucky enough to wake up Luke this morning. Before
Luke went
all the way out to Cardiff.
Yeah.
Oh my god, got my water bottle. We said our goodbyes, shook hands, to make it clear without outright saying that we now own this house. By the time we left the mansion grounds, sunset is almost upon us.
So, you really want to buy this place then? That's a bit of a big impulse buy, even coming from you. Not that I'm complaining.
I feel elation when I hear those words from him. It's not every day one is able to please someone like Luke. He gives away false flattery to sway those who starve for his attention and approval. But in the privacy of closed doors, he would often express his grievances. He has neither censored himself in front of me nor spared me from his
You
criticism.
have been saying the penthouse was getting a bit too small for you. Happy anniversary!
Oh. That time of the year already?
He forgot about it last year, too. I understand he's a busy man,
Is that
but...
why you want to buy it?
Yes, you don't like it?
I do, but I remember you used to talk about how you wanted to live next to the beach.
Botany Bay, Kent. I remember the sea, water that stretched on for miles and miles as far as the eyes can see. Going through Hannah's, point of view, I kind of like her.
She's rather passionate.
Yeah.
For a woman.
She's really passionate, and the only thing that you can really, gripe about her is that, well, she lives a life of luxury and doesn't really understand the struggles that everyday people may have.
Yeah.
That can't afford her luxury. And of course, that whole thing with, getting the names, wrong. You could, have grievances about that, but she's a very passionate woman. And I share her sentiments about the beach. As a kid, I loved our beach trips, swimming all day as much as I could. I was a well-behaved child, and the only time I was ever truly difficult was when I refused to get out of the waters, even when my fingers have gone all wrinkly. And even when they managed to pull me out of the water, there were always sandcastles. And the day before we were married, I told Luke I wanted our house on a beach and a dog, and a kid or two. None of those came true 7 years later. Oh.
That was a childish dream. Living next to the beach is so impractical if you really think about it.
You still love it, don't you?
I don't know. It's not a bad thought to see you in a bathing suit every day.
Maybe another time, love. We still have forever, don't we?
He says nothing, only grabbing my hand and holding it tight as we spend the rest of the ride home in silence. Okay. We can definitely see the strain on the marriage, but we still see that there's something still there.
Yeah, it kind of seems like they're still trying, you know?
Yeah.
If not misguided.
Yeah. Sick and hovering over a loo at 3 in the morning, the picture I paint right now is hardly glamorous. There's a horribly fishy taste left in my mouth as I curl up what I had for dinner, and I hate the acidic stench that fills the lavatory. Are you pregnant? Or maybe you got seafood poisoning. A burning sensation at the back of my throat is no help whatsoever. I feel another wave of nausea come come upon me as when the door opens.
Hannah, what are you doing so early out of bed?
I'm fine, love. I must have just eaten something bad.
That's all I managed to say before vomiting again into the porcelain throne. Lovely.
Just go back to bed, Luke. I'm going to clean up here.
I refuse to look at him. I don't want him to see me like this. The last time I had a horrible morning retching into a toilet was during my college years, being the life of the party. Thoughtless and shameless, I had thrown away months of frivolous merriment and pointless hookups. Didn't even retain any of the connections I had made from that time. Sure, they still know me, and I still know of them. We do business from time to time. But I've lost touch with anyone who I didn't see on a daily basis. I hardly have any friends. I hardly have any of the friends I had when I was still Hannah Evans. Teachers, fellow university students, drinking buddies, and old conquests like Jack.
No, don't touch me, sweetie. It's disgusting. I'm disgusting.
Aww.
Oh. Luke sits down next to me on the toilet floor, dolled my hair up as I cough more fish. Oh.
Do I need to fire someone? I don't feel sick.
Aw. Pia, I was just thinking that. Thinking what?
That she might be pregnant.
Yeah.
Just feeling a bit under the weather, dear. It's been unbearably hot as of late, hasn't it? I do wish it would rain.
Are you sure it wasn't those sweets? I told you not to eat those sweets.
Maybe. Well, don't laugh.
Look at that. Okay, there is still some semblance here. It's strange, but we still see that they still care for each other.
Well, I can't help if you make that sort of face.
Because he could have just left her, you know?
Yeah.
And be like, ugh, gross.
Shall be leaving early. Sorry, I have a really bad headache from earlier. The stream's just been great fun. See you, Ghost. I hope you get better.
Well, Ghost, even though you leave early, remember, on my YouTube channel, I always post these streams. In a fit of laughter, this scene happening next to a loo filled with sick just makes the whole thing bizarre. Nearly makes me start giggling as well. Look, look at that, they're laughing together.
Yeah.
Bye, Ghost. I try to stifle it, though, as I smack him on the
I'm
shoulder.
not making a face, Luke. Stop laughing.
When he would not stop laughing, I let myself go as laughter bubbles from my own throat, and I forget whatever ill feelings plagued me. We are husband and wife, laughing together at a funny face. Little things in life. I let myself go because I know what these moments will not last forever. But if I just know the terrible things that are to come for us, I would have wished with everything I have then and there that the laughter stayed.
Oh.
Up, higher. Come on now.
Space is bustling with movers carrying furnishings here and there, along with several trunks of personal belongings taken from our penthouse. Interesting. Luke watches them like a hawk, making sure nothing was, nothing is handled carelessly or gets
Careful
stolen.
now. I know your pictures are framed by cheap plastic, but those are framed by African Blackwood and are one-of-a-kind commissioned paintings. Each one is easily worth a lifetime of what you lot make.
Luke, do the dishwashers go into the kitchen or the butler's pantry?
Pantry, Buttercup. Careful, that's Emma. No, you there, put that down. You do not manhandle a Napoleon Abueva.
Exceed the exasperation, and I have to send the foreman an apologetic glance. Even Johannes rolls his eyes as he goes by. Considering Luke is always like this during a project, Johannes and I have gotten used to it. Poor Marianne. On the other hand, she looks a bit stressed at seeing the gigantic mess before quickly going back to work. Everything just has to be perfect, exactly the way he wants it. One little thing out of place, one little thing that didn't fit the image he clearly constructed in his head, and Luke gets bent out of shape.
Sweetie, why don't we go and sort your suits upstairs? Let your Hans and Marianne and the foreman deal with the rest of the work.
We have this, Mrs. Wright.
Yes, please do go before a blood vessel bursts. Bloodstains are so troublesome to clean.
You say that like you know.
Taking him by the hand, I lead him upstairs to our bedroom.
Johann is a fucking murderer!
Oh god.
I'm calling it now!
This place has been arranged first so we can get some rest, no matter what state the rest of the mansion is in. This is a lovely bedroom.
Yeah.
I'm really glad I could just lie down on a soft, comfy bed after what has been a busy morning. Watching Luke act like his life depended on getting his move done is tiring all on its own. And to think I have the whole day of this ahead of me. I feel the bed dip beside me as Luke sits down with a sigh.
Well, I can't wait for this to be over.
I don't know. It's fun seeing you all fired up. Here at home and not at work, you know.
You know I can't always be home, Hannah. I have a company to run, unless you've forgotten.
I haven't forgotten. You're the one who insists on being there to make sure each and every little thing is under control. I just really miss you sometimes, and I wish you were at home more often. Why, if you're not careful, I might go a bit loopy and I'll start bringing cats home. And soon enough, one day you'll find yourself going home to a farm just filled with felines that follow you everywhere.
Oh, don't bluff. The things would shred up your precious furniture. Besides, you don't even like cats.
True, true. Dogs are infinitely superior, of course.
But what about the wet dog smell? The mess? I'm not cleaning up after a mutt, no matter how cute. If you think about it, a cat would be better.
It's not always that we just lie down and talk about these sort of things. To joke around as if we're teenagers again, with every little problem in the way of responsibilities and roles. To hear his genuine, honest-to-goodness laughter is a rarity. This is the second time as of late, and I can only see it as a sign of good things
All
to come.
good points. I guess we could just have kids. That is, if you prefer dealing with soiled nappies and sick as opposed to dead birds, mice, and litter boxes. I've already told Marianne about turning the second bedroom into a children's room.
I guess sometimes I don't know when I'm crossing the line. I didn't say that I'm a good comedian, did I?
Not this again.
What? I wasn't being serious.
It's not something you take the piss out of. Having a kid is a big responsibility, Hannah. We've talked about this, haven't we? I'm not ready to be a parent. I'd probably end up killing the little brat by the week's end.
Oh boy. Well, see, I don't think he's gonna be a good father.
Let's see. Oh.
What?
That makes it go down if I apologize.
Huh.
You'll
He
be a
really
great
likes you well
father.
enough.
Look at that. Goes up.
Interesting.
Mention of our little goddaughter places a conflicted look on his face. Sometimes it is cute when he denies having a soft spot for the little girl.
Okay, so Luke is just ultimate tsundere.
Yeah. But then sometimes it's sad, and it makes me wonder what happened to make him think so poorly of himself in this regard. Maybe he didn't have a good childhood himself.
Yes,
He probably had a
it's
really
Kylie.
bad
The
childhood.
tyke likes everybody, and on the off chance she doesn't, likes them well enough as long as they buy her sweets. And sure, that kid is great, but if I get tired of her, I can ship her back to her father at the end of the day. Having kids of our own will be a whole different monster entirely.
I've never heard him talk about his father in anything, but in a business context. I recall Damien Wright. Kept hearing about him from my own father, even before I met Luke. The business world praised him for running a tight ship, all until one mistake led to a great loss for the enterprise. And it was then that the news of Luke Wright, prodigy son and successor of the old man, started to show up. and he aided in its recovery and growth until the Great Recession. I'm getting a bit off track. What? Regardless, I've never heard him talk about his father like one would talk about family.
I think you'll be a great father.
There's a small smile, no matter how half-hearted it would be. I really do think that. He may not be a good, honest man. Part of me knows that, though I try to silence it. But I know Luke well enough that he would be a better father than either Damien Wright or Henry Evans. I love my father, but he never had
If it is
time.
any consolation, I think you'd be a decent mother.
On the other hand, I have never heard of his mother. A silence settles, both comfortable and uncomfortable. There's familiarity in each other's company despite the awkwardness that had transpired. Defenses and masks down without anybody else looking, we are both together and alone in this quiet. Huh? But a crash from downstairs startled us both out of our reverie. Ooh, okay, he's pissed.
I'll have to attend to that then.
Be good, darling, and watch out for your blood pressure.
Gives me a kiss on the cheek before leaving while I lay there in the daze.
Aww. Baby pictures.
I really should be used to it by now. I can feel the minutes tick by with me laying there, feeling miserable and full of self-pity. I have to roll on my side of the stomach at this point, with my face buried into the pillows when there's a knock at the door. Grumbling at them to go away doesn't work as a voice comes from the other
Madam,
side.
the photographer from Luxury Living is here.
Wait, is that today? Oh, yes. People have caught wind of our new mansion at the very moment we left the open house. Luke had boasted that he could acquire the property in no time and allowed a photo shoot for an interior design magazine to be scheduled today. Well, there were complications and it took longer than it usually takes.
In a minute, Hansi.
Johannes, if you could at least make it through the end.
Johannes.
Tell them I'll be right down, Hansi.
You're doing that on purpose. Anyway, mentioning grounds has been one of the first things to be fixed aside from the bedroom. Although still work in progress, they had a promising start. I can already see the flower patches. Luke's favorite daffodils stand out easily, having been transplanted from the pots that used to litter the rooftop of our penthouse. He likes daffodils? Why, if the moving crew thought that Luke was being hard on them, they clearly didn't see the landscaper on his way out. The man looked like he was ready to faint, and looked ready to kill him by the end of the discussion. It is in the gardens that I see him standing near the flowers in defiant admiration. He is hard to miss, the hulk of a man that clearly does not belong, and the big backpack and suitcase he has with him makes him look much larger. Hi, Zach. I love you. It is a peculiar sight, seeing someone who looks as he does, handling little delicate things with such care. Looks up from the gardens, does a double take before a friendly face replaces his serene
Miss Wright, yeah? Hi, Zachary Steele here from Luxury Living, ma'am. Hope you weren't waiting too long, but it looks like you're still moving in, huh? Thought for a second there my calendar was wrong and I came here too early.
You look familiar. Have we met?
I have a very wide social circle, so everyone looks familiar at one point or another. But one would think I'd remember someone who stands out like him. The struggle to recall must have been evident on my face, and he quickly and kindly answered.
Oh, I was with Isabella, your estate agent, when she had the house blessed.
Oh, yes, that's right. Small world, isn't it?
Should have known you were Miss Wright.
The one and only. Welcome to Maison de Wright. And yes, we've been in the process of moving in as we were delayed. But it won't be a problem. They're just adding a few things here and there, and you should still be able to do your work. Where's the rest of your crew then, Mr. Steele?
Zach is fine, please. Mr. Steele makes me feel like I'm a mascot for a cleaning product. Anyway, I'll be your one-man crew for today. Don't worry.
Yo,
been doing
man,
this
I
gig
would
for a
buy
while
your
now.
cleaning product if it
You
was
must
called
be quite the
Mr.
veteran to
Steele.
handle this on your own. We've had a full crew coming into our penthouse the last time we were
Clean.
covered in your magazine.
Veteran? Oh, your words are too kind, Miss Wright.
Hannah, if I get to call you Zach, you have my permission to call me Hannah.
Alrighty then.
Aw.
Anyway, I'm no veteran, but I know my camera well enough to make sure this is a good shoot. You can trust me on that, Miss Hannah.
Hana. Aww.
Monsieur de Photographer. Zachary proves quickly enough that I can in fact trust him. His skills with the camera and experience in this industry, at the very least. He is kind and courteous, listening and following as I lead him around the house. A real nice fellow, and he treats our household staff well whenever we cross paths with them. I answer his questions to the best of my ability, and he is patient enough to answer mine whenever I get curious enough. For one, I ask what the bags are for. They're quite the magician's toolkit. From inside, he has procured several items to embellish the interior with. Bowls of fruit, lemons, trays with pepper mills, sacks of cookbooks, cutting boards, and glass. He just has a whole bunch of things for a kitchen set and a bathroom set. It is too numerous to count.
Tricks of the trade. Softens up a room, makes a place feel more homey, and fills it up with texture. But you guys probably have better stuff I can use for this.
No lights. Don't tell me all of these are just props.
Well, I've got my tripod here. For things like these, natural light is best. I'll just have to set the shutter speed to a real slow setting, and as long as nobody steps into the shot, it'll look great.
Oh, it better.
We go through the rooms one at a time, although we first tackle the ones that the movers have no business in anymore. Oh, this is pretty.
It's a ballroom!
Although there is some trouble at first, with the wide open space and the pictures being backlit. Then there's the kitchen. Carrying on into the house of this bedroom. Funny enough, he's using a traditional camera. I didn't even know film still existed. With the way he speaks, however, I can see that he knows enough about his craft that I'm not too worried about the botched photographs.
Tyler's like beauty.
Yeah. Imagine photography must be cathartic for him, judging at how at ease he looks while taking pictures. There are small snippets of conversation in between the clicking of the camera. He even goes as far to talk about these terminologies like shutter speeds and aperture when I ask about the technical aspects. I can't quite see the pictures as it is made, much like when I watch an artist paint on their own canvas. But just watching someone passionately practicing their craft, such as this, is exciting in its own way. Going through many rooms has been quite the exercise for both of us. He's gonna catch
Ghost lady.
Yeah. Who, when we saw that little memory, I think it's the servant girl.
Yeah.
What the frick happened to her? Despite he has been so nice, I find myself putting on my best smile. But it is as we're taking pictures in the foyer that everything comes to a standstill for a moment. Just a moment. And I had not been paying attention, I wouldn't have noticed. It's merely a split second when Zachary's women is put to a halt. Yeah, his figure doesn't move to release the shutter. Yeah, he doesn't pull the camera away from his face, gaze still firmly fixed through the viewfinder. That one didn't scare me because I was expecting that one.
Yeah.
Okay. His hands shake and there is a light sheen of sweat on his forehead. Oh my god, look at his face.
Yeah.
Zachary?
No response.
Zach? Is something the matter?
Lowering his camera, he blinks and stares at something behind me before shaking his head. Though, turning around, though, I see nothing that could have gotten his attention.
No, there's nothing wrong. I just remembered something that's all. Let's get back to the pictures. Can you move a bit more to the left, yeah?
I struggle to respond this time. There's a sudden weight on my back, an indescribable tightness around my throat. Everything stops. And everything starts again as I manage to choke it out.
If you're sure.
I don't know what just happened. It was probably just a dizzy spell. I'm fine. And he said he's fine. We continue at the same pace before. Although there is an unspoken agreement that we will not talk about what just happened.
So, is this a full-time job for you then?
Nah, I just freelance mostly, for magazines, newspapers, and events. So you can't really call it a full-time job. It's fun and it puts food on the table, but it's not what I really want to do. At least, not all the time.
What is it that you want to do then?
I might have been out of line sticking my nose into other people's business, but I can't help but ask. I regret doing so, as I see his shoulders slump and the easygoing air has faded away. He looks torn on whether or not he wants to talk about it.
Films. Documentaries mostly. But cinematography is a lot more difficult than photography, right? I was working on this thing, actually.
What thing?
Well, it wasn't really a big thing. People didn't like Blue Fonzie very much.
People don't like a film about colors. I suppose they would have liked Blue Baby a lot more.
Very funny.
So, Grand Director, do you want to tell me what Blue Fonzie is all about?
He hesitates. When I refuse to budge on the matter, he gives in and spills it all. Blue Fonzie, le her la post sombre des nos Britanniques. Dark blue, the darkest hours of the Black British.
Oh.
He speaks with a passion of one who has gone through the very matter he is concerned with. There is conviction, knowledge, and experience in his speech. Why, I would have told him that he is an amazing speaker, if only I wasn't so engrossed listening. Prejudice and discrimination in schools and in the workplace. Lesser chances for opportunity and higher chances of being treated like a criminal. He spoke of blacks and the people of color in general still being treated like second-class citizens. All because of the color of their skin. And it is just positively riveting and sad. It comes to a point where he soon loses steam and looks abashed, realizing what he had just
Sorry,
done.
I just got so carried away and...
It's fine. It is really so fascinating to watch people talk about their passion after all. You should see how your eyes light up when you speak so fiercely. You do have very beautiful eyes.
Uh-huh. Thanks, I guess.
I like how sweet Hannah is. She's not a total bitch.
I want to say I understand where he's coming from, but I really don't, do I? I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth and lived a charmed life. It hasn't been perfect, but the difficulties I have been through pales in comparison what others experience on a daily basis. At least you're aware of that.
Yeah.
I certainly don't know how I would have fared if it was any different. Would I have still met Luke, and would he have still loved me if I was any lesser?
What was your home like? These things you talk about, it sounds like you... Well, I don't mean to pry, I mean.
Live with my older sister and my grandparents. We had a shop selling all sorts of things below our flat. And well, I was one of the few non-white, non-British students in class. I didn't get pushed around or anything straight up. Even then, I was one of the biggest kids around, but a pencil and notebook would go missing, you know?
Oh, that I knew. Children can be so cruel at times. Of course, it may be slightly different story when you have personal guards and the stolen item is not a pencil but an expensive heirloom.
So what about you? How you liking your new house? It's pretty impressive.
It's nice, I suppose.
You suppose? Not big enough?
What? No, oh, don't be a bully. It's just that...
Oh, what are we gonna get?
I understand if you don't want to talk about it.
I was a little girl, all dolled up and treated like a fragile porcelain with nursemaids waiting to me hand and foot. All the material possessions anyone could ever want, I could ask for on a whim, and it would be handed to me just like that. But I barely saw my parents, just goodbye kisses in the morning before they went off to who knows where they were needed to next. I saw them more often on the telly or in the papers. Than I ever did in person.
I remember my old house. It was a lot like this one. Big walls and big halls, but nobody in it. Not really. It makes you think how alone you are.
And An pensive mood overcomes us. It's a moment where neither of us are sure how to go on from there. Things have gotten a bit too personal, yet isn't wholly uncomfortable, like as if we've been friends before.
Well, that's normal, ain't it? You just moved here. You'll make home out of it yet.
He certainly makes it easy to believe that. My childhood house was indeed a lot like this one. Just large and extravagant. And it was just as empty. I hope he's right.
So, Monsieur le Photographe, you've covered the one and only Ermengarde Mansion. What's next on the agenda?
The interview?
Boring. It's an interior design and housing magazine.
And they want to know what Miss Wright has to say about her interior design and house.
Honor Wright thinks she bought a magnificent house that she can certainly brag about. Blah, blah. Boring.
You know what they should print more of? I watched an interesting documentary the other day. Bleu Foncé, the darkest hours of the Black British. I recommend you watch it.
Those are the things that people should know about. What do they care if I use a purple or green bowl of fruit in my kitchen?
People, right?
Oui.
People are shite. What do you think? Do I look good with this angle?
Check a pose while he's being busy, looking taken aback for a moment, probably not expecting me to go out and say such a crass word. But he recovers quickly, and after snapping a few shots,
Yeah, vous êtes belle. You want copies of these ones?
Yes, please.
I like how they drop French.
So, the big boy knows French. You must have wooed a few ladies.
Unless you're into gents. Either way, French is, after all, the language of romance.
Oh, I don't know about quoting fancy poetry, but I've made lunch for a girl before, and they did like that fancy French cuisine.
Can you cook your best?
I can cook just about anything as long as I know the recipe.
C'est magnifique.
It's been too long since I've had a nice proper chat with a good friend. Aww. No, Lee is certainly not a good friend. Although we just met, Zachary is the sort who can probably befriend anyone. He's just a comfortable person to be around. A bit too comfortable.
I love it though. Zach is such a good boy.
Yeah, photo shoot went by like a breeze. And somewhere along the way, as we talk and laugh, I find myself getting a bit too close without realizing it. Uh-oh. Strain on the marriage. Getting too comfortable with Zach, man. He'll give me this strange look until I back off, and he'll go back asking questions after I agree to do his little interview. And it's just odd. Well, no. Me being friendly isn't that odd. That's how I am. Zachary's the one being odd. Why, anyone would absolutely welcome the extra attention I give them. He, on the other hand, almost looks flustered about it. He should be used to different personalities by now, having to deal with various people when he works. And if not, he needs to start. Perhaps nobody has shown him attention of this kind, but he's a big boy. He should be able to handle me.
Oh, God.
All it is, a friendly touch here. A pretty smile there, and a gentle swaying of the hips as I move around. Zachary grew and grew more red every time he noticed. Am I being mean, as I find enjoyment in seeing him unravel? Perhaps. This went on during the interview and beyond that. There's nothing wrong with what we're doing, right? Zach,
Lady, you're flirting with the black dude, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
He's gonna be on Luke's shit list.
Yeah, after what Luke said? Damn. Zachary and I are just having playful, friendly chat while enjoying the outside view. At least that's how I see it.
I'm sorry, but I'm really getting distracted. Could you maybe stop doing that?
Stop? I'm not sure if I want to, though.
Oh, God. God damn it, lady.
Continue teasing. Stop it.
I would stop it.
I'll stop if it makes you uncomfortable, sweetie.
Ah, nice. It ups it with Zach.
Sorry.
No, I should be the one apologizing. Why, you're a shy one, aren't you, big guy?
It's not that, but...
He gestures the ring on my finger and lets the fact of the matter hang heavily between us. being told implicitly that I am too forward is not a common occurrence. I think I'm more stunned at the fact that he pointed it out rather than, well, being rejected. Not that anything is going to happen between us in the first place. It was just some harmless flirting. Right?
So, you've never had a girlfriend?
No. No boyfriend either. You know, just in case you were gonna ask for that one next.
And you haven't even had your first kiss?
Not a one, ma'am.
Do you want to have your first kiss today?
Deanna, no! Do not corrupt the good boy!
Don't corrupt him.
How dare you! Scandalous! Harlot!
I really can't. And I am going to apologize lots later. Surely by the catty smile on my face, it's obvious that I'm pulling his leg. The laugh I failed to contain certainly gives it away, if it isn't obvious. Vasily lights up in embarrassment, stammering and sputtering up the
You're married, and this will be extremely unprofessional.
I never said I would kiss you, silly. Oh, Johans!
No, what? No! Don't call your butler. She's Hannah!
That would be for the better. I don't think his husband would appreciate it if I made him kiss another man.
Oh, he's...
I do not think he can hear us from here either. But it is hard to think you're not taken, Zachary.
Oh, trust me. I want him taken.
The thirst for Zach is real in Pia.
This man offered Cinnabuns.
Whoever becomes your girlfriend will be so lucky to have you. You can cook and take wonderful photographs.
He can cook. Damn.
Wonderful meals and wonderful memories.
I can play guitar too.
You can? Oh my. Wonderful serenades as well then.
He has it in spades.
Perhaps I can find a young lady who deserves a fine, strapping young gentleman like yourself.
You're a bard, if anything else.
Yeah. A good
Let's
one.
not get carried away. Besides, I gotta be going. It's getting late and I got someplace else to be.
A shame. I will be expecting you again soon, I hope. For a copy of my photographs, yes?
Of course. I'll even deliver them personally. Just, you know, don't try to make me kiss your butler when I drop by.
As fate would have it, the very moment the words leave his mouth, Johannes comes out of the house. Judging by the slight raise of his eyebrows, he heard only the tail of the
There shall be no kissing of any butlers under this roof. Danke.
But you are not under a roof, are you, Hansi?
To my amusement, he takes a step back, safely placing it between the threshold of the foyer and under the roof of the house. Just as ever, he is quick to return to his sardonic reply.
I am now. As I was saying, madam, it's about time for supper. Will I be needing to set an extra place at the table?
Oh, what? No, I was just leaving, actually. So, you have a good night, Hannah, and you too, Hansi.
It was nice to meet you, Zach Connie.
Hansi.
You have a safe trip.
He nods, and the grin on his face as we say our goodbyes is the sweetest that I have ever seen. I linger.
My puppy is begging me to take her potty. I'll be right back.
Okay. I linger, looking out for him with his relatively tiny bicycle, backpack safely secured in the basket in the front and suitcase hooked to the back. I watch as he went down the path back to Asylum Village until he is nothing more than a blip in the horizon. I cannot help the small smile on my face as I go inside for supper. Interesting. Entering the dining hall causes me so much confusion. It is dark. For a moment I thought the electricity is not up to par, but that is clearly not the case, as every other room is bright with artificial light. Finding the light switch is a monumental task, considering the size and my unfamiliarity with the room. To make matters worse, the darkness grants the room a different atmosphere. Eerie and frightening. It takes longer than I thought to find the switch. Something that will have to be rectified later on. My skin starts to prickle, and there is a distant feeling of being watched. It unsettles me, and only spurs me on in my search, and when I do open the lights, there is a hiss. What?
I'll turn the lights down, woman!
Ah. What the heck are you drinking? Is that... What's that green liquor called again? It's not arsenic. It's like a very alcoholic drink that can cause like hallucinations. Yeah, Luke has been drinking. I think it's like something. It starts with an A. What is that? Green. It's not arsenic. Aspian? Like, what the heck is it? So, it's like green, and it causes hallucinations. There, at the end of the hallway, is my beloved husband with his face in one hand and a glass in another. Perhaps I can let it go if it was one glass of wine. That is not wine. That is not wine. However, I can feel myself go livid after seeing the toxic green liquid gleam mockingly at me.
Luke, what? Are you drinking absinthe?
Absinthe! That's what it is.
You know what the doctor said. Absinthe, Luke. Are you actively trying to kill yourself? Because if you are, we can just hit you with a bloody car.
Honeybee, Buttercup, not too loud, please. Besides, it's Lelouch, not too strong. Just hair of the dog that bit me. Helps with the hangover, dearest.
You drank? When?
This morning, love. Don't be mad. I just needed a few drinks, having to deal with those simpletons. And maybe I had one too much. You don't see me whinging about you leaving me to handle them on my own.
I had to attend the photo shoot and interview with Luxury Living. You know that. Let's not make this about me, Luke. This is about you and your drinking problem and...
Oh, I don't know, Hannah, darling. What if my drinking problem, as you like to call it, is linked to you?
Boy, you an ass.
If we think about it that way, this discussion is about you. That was pretty mean of you, leaving me alone to do all the work like that. You can't use the interview as an excuse either, honey. I was informed the moment your little interview was done. So, what was it then, What were you doing?
What's it gonna be? Should I tell the truth or a little lie? F you, Luke.
I was talking with Zachary, the photographer for Luxury Living.
I have no reason to tell lies, and it's not like I'm guilty of anything. But as Luke's expression turns, it makes me feel like I'm actually to blame for something. His way of making me laid bare with just one look. That had really struck me when we first met years ago.
That giant Negro?
Oh.
You were having a secret meeting behind my back and it was with him?
What are you implying?
I'm implying nothing. I'm just worried. You know better than to trust those media types, Buttercup. He must have been really friendly to occupy your time like that. But all he's looking for is his next big headline.
He's a photographer for an interior design magazine.
Doesn't matter. You let one little thing slip, one wrong move, and it'll blow up in the telly in the morning. He'll go to his journalist friends to gossip and make a quick quid.
So those were the first thing I noticed about him. They were like nature, the grass and the trees, wonderful and breathtaking. Now, as I look at him, they're nothing but the same shade of green as the bloody damn drink in his hand.
He was a perfect gentleman, Luke. I can't say the same for you as of recent.
Excuse me again? We're talking about you, Hana.
No. I am pretty sure we were talking about you and your drinking problem, Luke, right?
Oh.
Hangover forgotten. During the course of us, little spat, the man jumps to his feet and sees. Looks like he's barely stopping himself from throwing the nearest thing he can find.
It is not a problem. I can stop whenever I want. And even if it was, I think you can very well stay out of it, as it only affects my own kidneys or liver or whatever the bloody hell that shite pollutes. Whatever aftermath that occurs because of your little chit-chat with the Negro affects the both of us, however.
Look, Luke. Nothing will happen. You have to relax. It was just a friendly chat.
Well, now I think I'm getting jealous.
We said to tell... I decided to tell the truth, and his affection went down. But at the same time, like, do we want to see, like, what it looks like if we lie?
Sure. Oh.
What if we lie?
I was just tending to the garden, sweetie.
Yeah, his goes up.
You were?
Oh, look at him. For a moment, he looks skeptical. I can tell by the gleam in his eyes and the way he sits up at attention. What do we like more? Do we like the lie or telling the truth? I think so.
I mean, if it were up to me, the whole point of a relationship is to be truthful.
But I see no point in bringing up Zachary and aggravating him. I did tend to the gardens for a bit, so it's not a complete lie. Just a little white lie. Besides, I know just how to please him. Oh, wow. Are we gonna get intense here? Oh, God. So, a question. Do we want to lie?
I still say fuck Luke.
I mean, I have a feeling that that's what's gonna happen right at this moment.
I mean, yeah. He's gonna get fucked, alright.
So, you saw a bit of the aftermath, Jill, and Tyler says he thinks that we should still stick with the truth. What do you think?
I had to make sure they didn't ruin your favorite daffodils.
Oh, that is wonderful.
Yeah. Jill, what do you think? I always like to go on, like, people
There's a part of me
me.
that's like... Yeah, there's a part of me that's like, there's a point to the relationship thing.
Yeah.
But how much lower did it lower? Like, was it below that line?
It didn't go below the line. It went like... So, instead of going up to here, it kind of, like, went to here.
I don't see your cursor.
Oh, so... it was still above the other line. But I always like putting my relationships as high as they can go.
Same.
But at the same time, I did ask, do we want the truth? Or do we want to lie?
I don't want Luke to fucking hate Zach, man. I don't want to give him that burden, Zach.
Alright, Tyler. We're sticking with this lie. To protect Zach.
We're doing it to protect Zach, not to make Luke happy. Zach don't need that bullshit.
So, absinthe.
Just one glass, Loosh.
I suppose I can let this one go. A bit too late anyway, you've already drank half the thing. But remember your doctor's orders.
Yes, I'll try to drink less.
Try.
Hey, I'm only human. Do you want one?
No, thank you.
Supper is spent in silence with nothing but the occasional sound of silverware. A grand feast has been served, well, grander than usual anyway. Most likely due to Luke's complaints of stress. Alright. Looks like we're having some oysters. Yum. And some fish again. But didn't you get sick from the from the fish before, you guys?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you got yourself... Oh, it's sponge pudding with custard.
Yeah, I thought it was a flan for a minute.
I thought it was flan and I was gonna be happy. But when our appetites are pleased and the plates are cleared away, Luke stands, kisses me goodnight, and leaves me to stare at my half-empty cup. Lonely in the lull of the night, I sit in a house too big and too empty, foreign and unwelcoming. Even with its warm tone and homey decor, it feels cold. There is no need for tears, however. I know I can get through this like every other obstacle I have faced before. Oh, let's stop. Oh my god.
What?
Ugh. You've never had
What
flan? It got out of my game because I clicked on a notification by accident.
Oh, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw it go black for a minute, and I'm like, what, a jump scare?
Nope. To remind myself that this place is for Luke and for our future children fills me with renewed vigor. Besides, it looks like someone's already having a cry? Oh, damn it. The wailing is far away and muffled, yet at the same time it shakes me to my very core as I hear it. As if the suffering is just standing right beside me. Hearing it sends chill down my spine. It makes my skin prickle with goosebumps. Who is that?
Yep, let's save, please.
Oh god, it's in the basement.
Don't startle the witch! Don't startle the witch!
Curiosity sinks in as I follow the sorrowful sound into the kitchen.
That's a Left 4 Dead 2 reference for those of you that watch that know.
Oh god. And into the wine cellar hatch?
Hello? Is anybody down there?
Hannah gonna die! Fucking Tyler in the chat.
I am curious and concerned, but there is no way I'm going down into a dark, humid undercurrent. I'm not as enthusiastic as Luke considers himself quite the connoisseur. However, I also cannot bring myself to go to bed with this racket going on. If it is one of the household help, they will surely need some talking. After all, this wouldn't be the first time I've gone and found one of the maids sobbing their eyes out over one thing or another. As professional as our staff are, they are still human. More often than not, it was either Johans or I who tried to calm them down, who'd help them figure out how to go on about things. Unfortunately, I'm not in high spirits right now, so I'm not as wholly benevolent. Open the hatch, call them out.
Well, I know opening the hatch is just a fucking big no-no. But, since we saved, let's open the hatch!
Guys, Tyler, what do you think? Open the hatch, call them out. Dang, she is crying, ain't she?
You know, this leads me to believe that when she was alive, she was locked down there.
She was
because, lingering spirits will often relive what they did in, like, their living life.
Yeah.
So I wonder if this was what happened to her.
You only live once,
YOLO.
I mean, in this game, probably.
Well, you saved. Open the hatch.
Open the hatch! It may not be going down, but there's no point talking through closed doors. Tyler might be busy right now.
I don't know which I do, he says.
Okay, so I'm opening hatch. The thing refuses to budge at first and does a soft click and it swings. As I lift up the hatch and look down into the cellar, a sense Oh, damn it. It isn't just a sudden onset of vertigo and nausea, but also the darkness. It's suffocating. As I look down there, it feels as though it's looking back at me. I worry that something will suddenly pull me into the deep. I can hear her whispering, calling for me. She wants me, needs me. She wants to drown me, pull me down, and suffocate me in her embrace until I sink to the bottom. A deep abyss awaits, inviting yet foreboding. She's calling to me from in there, isn't she? And I do want to help, I do. But the shadows threaten to creep out, and the feeling of apprehension keeps me in place. Already it paints the room in a darker light. Please don't. Oh. There's a lurching sensation, and the feeling that follows after is hard to explain. Why is it suddenly foggy? It feels as though I'm watching myself in the sidelines, a specter to my actions or lack thereof. I will myself to snap out of this attached feeling, to move, to do anything except stare at myself. And for a moment, I see the look of fear in my own face. I'm back in my own body, but the hook in my stomach is no longer the only one. There are hooks everywhere, tearing and pulling at my skin, flesh, and bones. They pull me in every direction and it hurts. It hurts so much, but I can't bring myself to help me. Wait, well, what? 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 S? Can you stop? See? What? Is that you screaming? What's going on? Okay.
Just tell them you're playing a scary game.
I accidentally awaked my parents.
Whoops.
Okay, I awake from a deep slumber. I may have to stop soon, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it's getting very late. Okay. It takes a while with the fog that has settled in my head and with my heavy limbs. But soon enough I managed to look around. I'm in our bedroom already, although I do not recall going there. Luke slumbers beside me, looking peaceful and angelic. It doesn't matter. I'm safe and I feel better than ever. Tomorrow, better days will come.
Wow, she sure brushes off that shit pretty easily.
Luke is already gone by the time I arise. There isn't a single hide nor hair of him to be found, and trying to call him on his mobile is a bust. As it only goes straight to his voicemail. That's twice in a row he's gone on me. And for him to disappear today of all days is every bit upsetting because of what's to come. The morning is once again filled with a whirlwind of activity. Fortunately, I am much more refreshed as I took a break from my responsibilities. And the faintest clue where Luke was yesterday. Today is going to be a busy day, although unlike Wednesday, the master of the house isn't here right now, absent once more from his duties. Hopefully he'll be back in time for the party. This is our house after all. A grand housewarming party for the wonderful Wright mansion. Every person of importance of Luxembourg is invited, and there will be few guests flying in there as well. Of course, there will be some people from the media, along with friends and acquaintances who are made no less important regardless of their status in society. Marianne and I discussed business at the last minute and last-minute touches to the house before finalizing everything. Not that there's much change from our original plans. Bar any huge additions to the property itself, the mansion is nearly 100% complete.
You have certainly exceeded expectations, Marianne. Everything looks so marvelous, and in such a short time, too.
It looks all the same.
Well, I can't take all of the credit. People have certainly been enthusiastic about the idea of working on the Wright mansion. There won't be any more problems unless Mr. Wright has any more objections about the second bedroom.
Luke and I have had a small tiff about making the second bedroom into a child's playroom, which I insisted is completely practical. In the end, he acquiesced. I didn't give him any choice in the matter. He even brought this wonderful wooden crib from the antique store yesterday, including some toys. In any case, anyone brings their baby, of course. Besides, we have little need for actual guest rooms when we hardly have guests to spend the night. If we absolutely have to, we often choose to foot the bill for their visit on one of our hotels instead, always at Luke's own insistence. And, on the off chance, we actually let someone stay at the bedroom in the opposite wing is still up to
Oh,
the
no. We proceed with that room as planned. I already agreed to him having his greenhouse and his vineyard and his stables. He may as well let me have this one thing.
No, I did not agree to him having a helipad.
All right, then. Well, do we have any other concerns? Anything we need to put on our agenda before the party commences?
No, I don't think so. Not unless Luke has anything else to say.
Is he around then? It'd be best if we can note down his request right away, considering the scope of his usual ones.
Around? No. Where is he? Who knows where?
No, he's not around.
She didn't have to point out the obvious now, did she? After 7 long years, I already gotten used to him. I should be by now. Still not, apparently.
But don't you have a party?
I want nothing more to complain, to whinge about how unfair this is. However, airing out one's dirty laundry is simply taboo among high society. To do so will make you a ripe target for the next dinner party chit-chat. Vultures, the lot of them, really. Most of them, at least. They're always good ones like Rochelle Lee. But put your trust in the wrong person and you'll find yourself eagerly picked apart.
Yes. But Luke's just being a sweetie, you see. That friend he's visiting. He's having marital problems and he's just trying to cheer him up.
Perhaps I'm being too rash and a bit too hot-headed in divulging details. But I thought myself clever with the plan to dress it up as gossip. Marianne's raised eyebrow makes me unsure whether she's interested or not. Although that does make things better if she has no interest and therefore has no hidden intent to utilize whatever I might say to her.
They've been married for a long time and they've hit a... how do they say it? A rough patch. His wife has a drinking problem and can be very neglectful. The poor thing really does his best to be a good husband, but it's never enough for her. Sometimes I think it's the years. Maybe it's been so long that they've lost that romantic spark. What do you think?
What do I think of the matter, ma'am?
No, what do you think of my hair? It feels so lifeless and dull today, and that's no good for a party, and I think I'm breaking out into zits.
Now that you mention it, there is something different.
There better not be something on my face.
I wouldn't worry about that. You do look a little paler than usual, ma'am. I apologize if I'm crossing any lines here, but have you been resting properly?
Huh. You'd think I get a bit tanned with how sunny it's been lately. Don't you worry. I feel right as rain and never better. But back to the matter at hand.
You were asking for my personal opinion on the matter, ma'am? Do you want me to be honest, or...
Be honest with me, Marianne. I don't need someone to sugarcoat it. I'm not some fragile thing that I'm just going to break down at the slightest thing.
She hesitates, taking a sip of her coffee while I stare into my own cup of tea. Silence stretches on, and I almost believe that she will never answer my question. I suppose I shouldn't blame her, being put in a tight spot like this. Her hesitation is understandable, though I loathe to admit she simply wants this whole thing to stay professional. But then
If I'm going to be completely honest, I need to ask. This is about you and Mr. Wright, isn't it?
It's my turn to hesitate now. I really don't expect such a straightforward question. And to get to the heart of the matter, I suppose I'm not as clever as I like to think. Or is it really that bad that an outsider can see our little marital troubles? Surely we aren't that obvious, are we? We put up the act of a perfect couple for years.
Yeah, there's 6.
Although it
Hey.
hadn't been an act. Always. Marianne is just more keen than the average person, of course. It is a necessity to her career, and she's been working so closely with us. Yes, that's...
Suppose it is. What would you tell me?
Then, I tell you it's none of my business. I tell you that I don't want to meddle, but if the troubled husband with the neglectful wife asked me for my honest opinion, I'd say that he shouldn't base his happiness and his self-worth on someone else. Someone who won't even give him the time of the day. Maybe he should try being independent for a while. See what it's like when he isn't trying to please someone else and doing things for himself. Everyone's supposed to be their own man or woman, right? A bit of breathing room never hurt anyone. That's just my 2 pence worth, of course.
So you're saying they should divorce?
Nothing as drastic as that. If they're afraid that it might lead to just that, then maybe that is what's meant to happen in the first place. We shouldn't let our fear control our lives, but it's just a short hiatus is all. Or, couples therapy? Look, I'm really not the best person to ask about relationships. So grain of salt and all that.
Trails off, having said her piece, and leaves nothing but the smell of coffee and Earl Grey between us. There is a calm, despite the nature of what has been discussed. To say that her words make me start to think that is an understatement. To say that I'm not considering her advice is allowing. And to say that this might be the calm before the storm is a possibility. Others had shorter marriages, yes, but plenty have celebrated long and happy ones as well. My own parents celebrated their anniversary before they passed away. But 7 years? 7 years isn't a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. It isn't a whole lot of time to see what and where our relationship can bring us. And at the same time, 7 years. Well, it hasn't been entirely made up of unhappy years, has it? It won't last forever. It's not supposed to, anyway. I just dread the thought that it might last a very long time. I dread the thought that these small spats, these little disagreements will turn into an all-out resentment. The idea that we will grow to hate each other with every fiber of our being scares me. I can't even pinpoint the exact moment when our blissful union turned sour. We can get through this, right? I know that I still do love him, and I feel that there is still a part of him that loves me in return. We just need to get our heads together and talk about it. Surely he will see some sense. There's a
Anyway, sorry, I had to go hand Brett his phone.
Yeah. There's a cough before Marianne clears her throat. I must have been quiet for so long, and I move to apologize when she stands up. We both end up on our feet, unsure of how to proceed. Some sort of odd, awkward shuffle occurs when we decide to sit back, down, or not.
I really should handle what's left of the work.
You won't be attending the party? Oh, you really must, Marianne.
I'll try to stay and chat. Maybe grab a few bites and a drink, but I can't be around for the entirety of the event. My apologies. Busy, busy, busy.
Busy, busy, busy indeed.
Yeah.
You must stay a while. I'd love for you to meet some of my friends, and they're ever so excited to meet you. You need to say hello to the Lees, at least. If it wasn't for them, I'd never even heard of you.
We'll see. So, if I can be excused?
Certainly. You'll have to excuse me as well. I must attend to the party before any early birds arrive. Because, believe me, they will throw a fuss if things aren't ready, even when they're not supposed to be here until an hour later.
The scene outside the parlor is great, organized mess. Aside from our own household help, we hired the service of a temp agency which provides staff a right enterprise and a hospitality sector. Even our very own skilled staff cannot undertake the party of this size of their own. Waiters, busboys, hostesses, and their staff captains move about in droves, carrying cocktree and silverware goods for several dozen people and then some. Chefs and bartenders tail after yawns, looking a little like little scared children as he escorts them through the kitchen and into the wine cellar. To pursue the stocks, to peruse. To select what can be served at the party and what can be used for cooking.
Schnell! We have a lot to do, and I believe we did not hire snails. Snails are for the dishes.
quartet readies up to play for the evening, tuning their instruments as they fill the air with idle chatter. Full of decor, worth fowls and filled vases, wreaths, and baskets, while petals are scattered along the driveway up front. Wow.
That is a nice looking cake.
It's
Brett's like, it's poisoned!
It's a lie!
a 5-tier white chiffon, one with white chocolate mousse, fresh berries, and a light dusting of edible gold leaf. That is beautiful.
It really is.
That's white chocolate. I can see it now. But despite the fact that I told Marianne how I will attend to all this, I find myself unable to focus or care for any of it.
Tyler, I want cake now.
I still have our discussion running in my mind, and looking at all this, I only see Luke everywhere. These are all grand things that Luke wanted to have for the party. I had wanted a small, elegant, and simple gathering with only a select few invited, namely the people who would actually trust to enter my home. I did not want any bloody politicians or paparazzi here, no matter how used I am to catering to them.
At least be here for your party. Damn it, Luke.
The entire thing screamed Luke Wright. And I can't help but add another question to my growing list of queries. When did I lose myself? It's always about him nowadays, isn't it? What about Hannah Wright? What about Hannah Evans? I used to be my own woman, who made her own name, her own career, and her own decisions. Sure, I was already the social butterfly that I am still today, but it wasn't all empty shell of gossip and sitting pretty. I was also lauded for my knowledge and talent. Finance manager wasn't just handed to me just because my father owned the company, not through anyone else's eyes, sorry. I had insisted that I start at the bottom so I could work my way up to the top and prove myself, and I did. I worked numbers, managed budgets, money, and accounts, analyzing the competition and market trends. Hannah better live and find herself. There was the calculation of financial risk, cost reduction opportunities, auditor, liaison, and public relations, supervision of staff, and while I generally had a huge slew of responsibilities. Admittedly, I was already quite the attention seeker even back then, having dedicated most of my youth craving for my parents' approval. Failing that, I turned to the others. Looked for praise from anyone who would give it, however fleeting it all was. And Luke, oh Luke, the way he looked at me and the way he watched me and took genuine interest, he had me disgustingly obsessed since day one, hasn't he? He saw me, Hannah Evans, with both my faults and my achievements. The man didn't treat me like some damsel in distress or some prize to be won. I remember the nights before we were married, where we talked about everything and anything. From big things like business, society, and philosophy to little things as what we had for breakfast or whether we liked cats or dogs more. We both prefer dogs. Nowadays, I'm just Luke Wright's wife. It's mostly my fault, isn't it? They told me that husbands preferred wives who were docile and subordinate. A woman who will always be there for him, yet would never outshine him in all aspects except beauty. A wife needs to be at home and attend his needs, to have children, and to take care of them in his absence. They said I had no business working anymore after I was married. I can blame society, but I listened. Before I can fall further into this introspective pit of self-loathing, someone calls for my attention.
The guests have arrived, madam.
And Luke?
Running a bit late, I'm afraid.
Late for his own party. That man, I swear. He's probably looking to make a dramatic entrance, knowing him. Open the doors, then. We mustn't tarry.
I would have liked to have seen this front picture look different.
Yeah. Like, with actual cars parked up here and whatnot.
Well, not only that, but like the garden and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, people are coming in with their fancy cars. I'm not reading this.
Yeah.
All here to consider the biggest event of the year for Luxembourg so far. Who knows what we'll have planned for the winter holidays?
Welcome, welcome everyone. Please make yourselves at home.
Some of the guests idle, enjoying the warm, if not strange sunshine we are experiencing before gloomy skies inevitably return. They greet acquaintances and friends with warm smiles, others less so. But where I stand, I see the hierarchy of power, the ties that bind these individuals here, whether through convenience or necessity. Alright. However, there are also a few who are not here to further cement their current place in high society. Such as that young man over there with his oriental hair, ignorant. Air. Sorry, I saw an itch there. Ignorant of the looks he receives from the woman and men alike.
Be careful with Shirley, alright?
Or that rose-haired woman talking on her phone while she looks unsure why she is here exactly.
Yes, I'm at the party already, Mom. Yes, I'll say hi to her if I can.
I see Zachary, the photographer as well. He talks to a few other media crew with the air.
I was just here a few days ago, yeah. Yeah, and the inside is huge, but the staff are pretty helpful if you get lost.
There are people like the chief inspector, people who I can never be too sure about, people who stand on the border between being suspicious and being trustworthy.
Thank you for the invite, Anna. Husband still missing, I see.
I should be saying the same of your darling Rochelle, Lee. The doctors again.
They're having an affair.
She
all
told
day.
me she'll just be in the gardens. Bet she's lying and that she's somewhere around mingling, gossiping with the other ladies.
They're having an affair.
It's no offense, but
That's what's happening.
that seems to be all you ladies
That's what
do
I'm
at
saying.
these parties.
Stick it to it.
Between Rochelle and
Luke, yeah.
Oh God. It said earlier that they hated each other.
And aren't you
That's probably
right
a front
now?
they put up.
Yeah.
Yes, well, what's about Luke? Should we file a missing persons report now, or do you want to wait 24 hours?
He's around.
You know, I can tell if someone's bluffing. Don't tell me, let me guess. He's finally drunken himself to death and not wanting a scandal. You've hidden his body. I was wanting to give this housewarming gift to him personally. It's a plate that holds a wine glass so he can stop killing himself with liquid lunches. Looks like it's too late for that.
Nothing like that. Besides, this is a hardly polite conversation.
Oh, relax. I'm just trying to be cheeky to lighten the mood. It's not like I want Luke dead. The man doesn't serve dodgy plonk like the others when I visit, and he pays his respects well enough. I could use a glass of wine or 3, actually. Rochelle's been in a horrid mood. Threw her stilettos at me the other day and almost took an eye out. Not sure if this is how it usually goes, but I blame the pregnancy.
I wouldn't know, would I?
Still no plans for a baby? I guess that's for the best. If it's this bad now, I can't even imagine how bad it'll be when that little baby bump becomes huge.
Have I mentioned how I don't trust him no matter how hard I try to do so? At least he brought a gift, I suppose.
Why don't you just go inside and have some wine, Lee?
Think I will, thanks.
Greetings, such as these, carry on as guests continue to trickle in. Whether we have short conversations or merely shake hands and nod heads, I make sure to attend and welcome each of them. At the first hour passes us by, the rest of the stragglers and I adjourn into the ballroom. Any latecomers will have the attention of a porter instead. I have other duties to attend to now. Hosting parties will always be the same old song and dance, no matter how big or small it is. Make sure your guests are well fed, have good company, and have them generally enjoy themselves. So, when my opening remarks are done, the band has started to play and the guests have started eating, I find myself wandering around aimlessly unless I am pulled aside. For a while, I stay in a small group and entertain them before excusing myself. When they're not watching me anymore, I end up watching them. When they don't listen either. A local banker's having trouble with his daughter. He wishes to marry off, but she wants nothing more but to make music. One of our hotel managers worry about the stolen belongings of one of his patrons, failing in security, which should be brought up to the higher authorities soon. Our mayor, well, his cat died. There's the rose-haired woman. Once again. It is hard not to notice her with their distinctive locks. Alright. She has... She ain't graceful, but damn, she beautiful.
She fine!
She fine. The scents in the air she exudes instead are strong and make her stand out despite her casual attire. Many men have already given her attention, though each individual dance has been turned down. Intrigued, although it is no great mystery what occupies her own attention with the glances she keeps sending to the boy with the oriental hair. That one.
My
is
water
correct.
goes down the wrong pipe.
Yeah. She remains unaware, even as I stand beside her, pretending that I'm not there.
You would catch his eye a lot better if you wore
Ugh.
nicer clothes, don't you think?
Didn't realize the housewarming was going to be this fancy. I would have gone with a nice dress if I knew.
Oh, you're fine, dearie. It's only really the parvenu, those who climb, that come to these parties all dolled up. Quite the black-haired beauty, isn't he?
He comes over, but I do nothing to speak any softer. He merely passes by, and it's a wonder he doesn't hear what I say.
Who, Ash?
You know, you really shouldn't have turned down those offers. If I wasn't married, I'd happily go dancing with those young men. But you said a name. Ash. That's the exquisite lad you've been looking at all this time. I don't know him, and I'm the one hosting this party. That must mean you know each other. Is he your boyfriend then? Because that would explain those rejections.
In all my life, I have never seen a face grow red so fast. The shade of her hair did not help as well. This is the most pink I've seen on a person.
What? No, that's ridiculous. He isn't my boyfriend.
Such a violent reaction. A simple no would have sufficed. Many here would
Time
be
to
happy
poke
to
fun at
hear
Rose.
it.
And I haven't been looking at him.
That's right. You've been staring. Quite heatedly, in fact. Although I'm not sure if you look like you want to kiss him or kill him.
It's more the latter currently.
Just don't go murdering him on my property. I don't want to walk into a room and suddenly find a body there.
I waver as I feel the burning of someone's stares. It is chilling, and though I am used to the enduring gaze of others, this one makes my hairs on the back of my neck stand up. It is chilling how I am used. Oh my god. Okay. This isn't scary as much as it is hilarious.
I know, it's so awkward. I love it.
Okay. Because, like, she just went in and is like,
Hi.
Oh,
I
are you
heard you
getting
talk.
comfortable here? Did you say dead bodies, my dear? Well, do I have
My
a surprise for
favorite.
you? It is chilling, though I am used to the enduring gaze of others. This one makes the hairs on my back of the neck stand up. My attention is pulled off from the girl, and I see a woman staring. Dark-haired and dirty. She looks like a beggar than a guest. And I have half the mind to call security at her when her mouth breaks into a grin. All I hear is her laughing, taunting. Her stare makes my blood run cold. She looks at me like I am nothing but a pig to the slaughter for her amusement. It makes my hand shake and I nearly drop my drink. But then, in a blink, she's gone and the buzz of the party returns.
I'll keep that in mind, but...
Rosie here.
Are you
I'll
alright?
keep that in mind, but are you alright?
Yes, sorry. I just thought I saw something strange. It must be the trick of the light.
You were able to hear the talking, right?
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay, for some reason it disappeared from my end. I think it was my headphones.
Maybe.
Anyway, on a right, as you must already know.
Rebecca Gales.
Gales.
Name is familiar, like a fond memory. Reunion? I recall, a kind lady, a private tutor, who treated me like her own daughter when I was young. She even bring me food when there was no need to do so. Usually stovies, which I honestly haven't been too keen about, though I ate them nonetheless because she brought them for me.
Oh, the professor! And your little Becky!
My parents couldn't make it since they're in Scotland right now. And Mom says hi, by the way. But yeah,
Interesting.
that's me. Little Becky. We met once before.
Yes, oh, I remember you! You were the cutest little thing with glasses! And when we met, you were having boy troubles with this lad called something with an A. What was it again? Aaron, Alan, Adele, Albert, Alexander, Andrew?
Okay, you embarrassing her. Looks more miserable as her body language shows discomfort and stiffens. Perhaps I triggered a horrid childhood memory. Surely I hadn't been mean when she visited her mother. With her mother, I don't quite remember.
Ashton! Ash! That man is that boy! The same one. Oh, goodness me, after all these years! I can see why, though. He's quite dashing.
You don't really need to announce it to everyone within earshot, you know? Keep it down.
I'm so sorry, but it really is cute.
This is a nice party, Miss Wright.
Please, Anna's fine. We're friends of a sort, aren't we? We must be friends, seeing as I know about your little infatuation, Becky. Don't you worry, dearie. You'll have your happy ending yet.
I'm not too concerned about that, am I? That's not what I'm looking for.
Oh? And what makes you think that? Doesn't everybody want their happy ending?
The idea of happy endings sounds like they're just for fairy tales. And they are, sorta. I don't think you can just sit around, trapped in some tower and hope for the best. If you love them, you have to fight for it, right? You're not just going to sit there and hope that everything will just fix itself on its own. Like everything, you have to work at it. But what do I know?
There's a grimace, although she starts to relax around my presence. How long has it been since we met as children? Certainly a long time. She was tiny back then, if I recall correctly.
I'm sure the daughter of the two greatest professors I've ever known is smart enough to know what she's talking about. But have you told him how you feel? And it's been what? 20 years?
17, actually. But no, not yet. He can be a bit dense. I was hoping that maybe he'd notice on his own and...
Well, that won't do. What if you two become husband and wife? He's not to be dense when he's sworn himself to another person. Why, you might just as well consider leaving before the day's even begun.
If that happens, I'll have to give him a good ear bashing, won't I? Whoever anyone ends up with. It's not going to be a perfect relationship anyway. There's going to be things you'll love and things you'll hate about the other person. We're just humans. It's funny. Here I am, trying to give you advice when you did the very same thing back then. I remember you giving me a makeover when we were still kids. And you were the first I told anyone about my... crush.
Do you remember now that she mentions it? To give her that yellow summer dress, the pink blouse and petticoat. She must have kept some of what I said in mind. You know, I'm curious here. So she's 26 years old.
Yeah.
Anna's 31. Now I'm just curious about everybody else. Feels ridiculous remembering all of that years later, talking about boys and how they go crazy for pretty girls, as if it's some gospel every woman should adhere to. So easy to say such things with me not knowing any better. But looking at her now, she must have kept what I said in mind. Perhaps I did say something good at the time, enough for her to take it to heart. But all that didn't matter in the moment, as I mull over what she said in my head. What Becky told me is very different from what Marianne told me. There's no time to ponder over that. However, a hush descends upon the once lively crowd. The music of strings and chatter slows to a grinding halt as the doors from the foyer opens. The last of the latecomers should have arrived moments ago. And anyone else this late would simply be too embarrassed to show their face. But this can be only one person, or rather one man. There was only one man who was audacious enough to arrive at his own party so late.
Good evening, ladies and gents. Enjoying the party. I hope I'm not too late in welcoming you all to the right mansion.
Unlike I, who was raised in the spotlight and simply grew used to its presence, he sought it out every chance he could, even when there was no spotlight that shone. I'll never put it against him when he smiles like that. He did so quite brilliantly under the scrutiny when he channels his showmanship. You can tell by the way the people's eyes lights up as he speaks. Oh, how they listen. Enraptured, even, if all he's doing is a simple greeting. Little wave of his hands here, a small smile there, and a bit of sweat. I always tell him that, if he's not to be a businessman, he'll do well as an entertainer. I love the sight of him, especially when he looks at me. It beckons me to come over to humbly share his place. Not a single second is wasted, so I excuse myself from Becky's side, and I make my way to Luke's.
Welcome one and all to our humble abode. Tonight, if you have yet to find yourself in your roles, you are our ladies and lords of the court of your king and queen, if you would excuse my presumptuousness. So enjoy the feast that has been laid out for your senses, as we only allowed the best to be served. Enjoy the rest of your night, everyone.
Guest approaches left and right to shake Luke's hand and greet him personally. Praises on their lips. It is because of this that I do not see her. I do not see her until she's dangerously close, with fear in his eyes as she's already spitting venom. Yalan restrains her, taking care of not to unnecessarily harm the pregnant woman. What? But that does little to deter her rage, and the man has no choice but to let her go. At least the unborn child is hers. Although she might be too late for that, as I see an empty glass of wine in her hand. How much has she imbibed in?
Are you feeling ill, Rochelle? Perhaps you need to sit down and...
No! Shut it, you munter! I ain't talking to you! I'm talking to this scumbag over here! You bloody bastard, standing there with your smarmy smile!
She interrupts me, jabbing her finger in my direction before she rounds on Luke. Oh god, he looks pissed. Even as whispers and murmurs break out of his guests, all I can focus on is the heat of the moment.
Tyler says she's pregnant by Luke.
Obviously intoxicated, judging by the smell of alcohol in her breath. I'm not ticked off about this little display of hers, at least not yet. But I'm absolutely pissed by the fact that she endangered her own baby by drinking. There's a considerable amount of restraint and grace that I must exercise while I wait for her tantrum to subside. Keep a patient, if tight smile on my lips. Luke's expression, on the other hand, is indecipherable.
Watch your tongue! You're on thin ice, Rochelle. Where's your husband? Who even invited you?
I did.
And I told you with great emphasis not to. Now we have a drunk, hormonal, pregnant woman causing a stir. What is even going on?
Just about to ask that exactly.
I don't know. But Rochelle, do calm down before you hurt yourself. I can't understand a word you're saying.
Where is that husband of yours? Lee! Collect your wife right now!
Don't you fucking talk like I'm not here and you're not responsible, you ass! You told me that I should wait for you in the gardens.
Excuse me. What is this nonsense you're going on about?
Crazy talk. That's all it is. Just completely and utterly mad.
Yep.
Has anyone seen the chief inspector?
I am pregnant with your little bastard. You promised me you'll take responsibility. God damn it, Luke. I finally got you to talk to me after months of silence, and you do this to me.
What? What?
What do you mean you're pregnant with? Luke, is this true?
Lies and slander, woman! Security! Yo, Hods, take her out of here before she makes an even bigger fool of herself!
No, you do not do this to me. I was so ready to leave my stupid oaf of a husband. I told you to leave that damn wife of yours.
Okay.
Look at her. Does she look like she wants a baby? Does she look like she could take care of a baby?
It is now that Johannes returns with security along with the concerned-looking Officer Lee. They surround her and move to escort the hysterical woman. Yeah, I think you guys called it before I did. Oh. Judging by his pale face, he heard the whole thing, and I feel nothing but pity for the man. Not that I believe Rochelle. Luke will never go as far to sleep with another woman, right?
I'm so sorry for her behavior. She's been under a lot of stress. And the alcohol. Talking nonsense, that's all it is. You're not allowed to drink because of the baby, Shelley. What are you thinking?
Nothing to see here, people. Move along.
Really is nothing here but the ramblings of a drunk. Of course they're nothing but the ramblings of a drunk. But drunks are very honest.
Yeah.
She's just jealous, apparently.
Are you asking if I'm coming to bed, Brett?
Jealous of this wonderful marriage, this happily ever after that I have with my
Take
friends.
that trollop out of here
We
immediately.
should probably end this soon, my
And
dear.
see to it that she isn't allowed to hear or anywhere we hold any authority in Luxbourne.
To be banned from anything with the right name is basically a social suicide. Practically own half of Luxbourne, and there isn't a single establishment of repute that isn't under our patronage one way or another. This is a mercy. I could do much worse to her. At least this way she could just move out of the city and never ever return. I stayed my hand in the face of her grievous fault, her bull-faced lies, when she deserves so much more. I can take away her business. I have her factory shut down. It's too easy to ruin her life until she is just nothing. And this is all too tempting. I can only see red. The attention is thick in the air, and the silence that embraces the room is nearly deafening. There are worried and almost fearful glances at from some of the guests, yet at the same time I can hear them whispering. But as long as they hold their tongues and don't interfere, none of those matter to me. Especially when my darling looks at me with a different shine in his eyes. It's almost as if he's proud for what I've done, and that spurs me on more than
Everyone,
anything.
please go back to enjoying the party. Don't let that mess of a woman ruin your night.
You heard her! Strike up the band, maestro, and let us dance like fireflies in the night!
The fuck?
Yeah.
It takes a bit for the crowd to stir again in the face of all that. Like most problems of the elite, it's brushed under the rug and forgotten in favor of merriment. He offers his hand to me with a small smirk.
Well, that was a mess, wasn't it? And you handled it magnificently.
It happens. We are very important people, are we not?
Milady, would you like to dance?
With pleasure, my prince.
No one's going to get between me and my darling husband. Not Michelle nor any other rich, snooty scrubber. Not some common whore or ambitious maid. No one is going to get near him in that manner, not while I'm around. If I have anything to say about it, no one is going to get near him at all.
Alright, time to save. Let's call it a night. It's very late.
It is very late.
And it's a good stopping point.
It is. So, we're gonna stop.
Shit just got spicy!
It did indeed. See you later.
Bye!